Hello and welcome. It is episode 15. It is a landmark episode for us as we've made it 555 into the wonderful world of Pokemon podcasting. I am the Mush who hosts the podcast, joined as always by the two most beautiful things you've ever seen since Rose Raids dancing in your garden. It is Eddie Bear and Tone Zone. Gentlemen, how are we?
I am so gassed to be back in the podcast studio. It has been a long, long time, but boy, has absence made the heart grow fonder. I cannot wait to get balls deep in this episode and chat utter nonsense for probably 4 hours.
I'm so excited. Got a lot to talk about today. I've missed you boys. I've missed doing this, and it feels very good to be back.
But Mush, out of interest, mate, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. It's hard to say, but realistically, out of all the things that have happened recently, there's not much to go on. We took a 2-week hiatus due to real life happening. And then, there was the Collector's Showcase where just magically we won Podcast of the Year! We here at the PokéPals Podcast are the #1 rated Pokemon podcast in the UK. We have a trophy and everything. We were voted for by people that exist. We didn't pay for bots because we're too poor. Because we won Podcast of the Year. That's incredible. Wholeheartedly, from the very bottom of my depraved and broken soul, thank you so much. We honestly, I'm sure that they'll both give their own thanks, but we here at the PokéPals Podcast could not be more grateful and honoured to receive this award. Not even a year into podcasting. We started in May, I believe, off the top of my head, and we have won Podcast of the Year. We want to thank absolutely everybody that follows us here, follows us on the Instagram, subscribes to the Patreon, and any kind of support, whether we've bumped into you at a card show, whether you've commented on the video, whether you've liked one of our little Card of Ours challenges, whether you've told Ed that secretly deep down he is handsome and hilarious. We couldn't be more grateful. Genuinely, when this happened, I was with a friend of ours in Southampton because we weren't able to go to the card show as a trio, so we didn't go. That was our decision. If we couldn't go as a team, we weren't going at all, which was sad, but what a stupendous moment when I'm walking across West Quay and screaming my tits off as a 32-year-old man going, I've won Podcast of the Year with two of my best friends. Genuinely a beautiful, beautiful moment. Let's get this one up on the desk, up there. Constantly reminded, if you look just behind my big fat ginger noggin, you will see that we have won Podcast of the Year. Now, sadly, we only have one trophy, but we have ordered 2 more so that the boys can have one as well in theirs. And before I do give it to Eddie Bear and Tone, I, personally, me, the Mush who collects Pokemon, would like to say thank you so very much for voting for us, for supporting us and being here all the way from the very start to right now here at episode 15. You made me cry, and not much has done that. That bit where Ash turns to stone in the first movie got me. When Forest got relegated originally in '99 from the Premier League, that got me. And this. There's not a long list, so I'm glad that this has gone on there, boys. Obviously, a stupendous moment for us here in the podcast. How are you feeling about it?
It still hasn't sunk in at all. Like, it's when we started this, we always said like, if we could just make the difference to one person, that'd be like the best thing we could have ever achieved. And in this time, that like at the time of recording our 15th podcast, obviously we've had card shows and stuff in between. But when people come up to us at shows and say, we love what you do, we love how like candid you can talk about your mental health, how much you can, really express your feelings, actually enjoy the hobby for what it is, and not just, I have this most expensive card ever, look at me, aren't I cool? I just feel like it's testament that the community needed something like this to actually enjoy, that wasn't just, oh yeah, this is everything you need to buy. If you're not buying this, you're a waste of time. Are you a real collector if you don't have every Charizard ever printed? And it's just that sort of feeling, and like knowing that we've actually inspired people to start collecting, to rediscover the hobby, to actually put like an Instagram account together to show off their collection, and to open up a bit. When we found out about winning this award, I was actually on my way back from visiting my nan in a hospice, which is part of the reason that there has been such an absence lately. A lot of stuff going on. Mental health absolutely in the gutter, but thankfully these beautiful boys, my wife, my friends and family have been absolutely getting me through. But yeah, I was in the car, I had very intermittent signal. Message popped up, all in caps, and I was like, this is either going to be really good or really bad. And then multiple messages come through to the point where I'm like, am I actually getting a phone call? What is going on? Thankfully, I wasn't driving at the time. I checked my phone, and in a language that can't quite be described as English, was 20 messages from Mush, all in caps. And it's like, ha, fuh, ha, fuh, ha, won, we fucking won, what, blah. And I was just there like, have we? that doesn't quite sound that doesn't quite sound real. Like how do three random geezers from different parts of the UK that love collecting shiny bits of cardboard are less than a year into it, like the podcast itself? How have we done this? This is the heist of the century. We thought Seth Rollins at Mania 31 was that. Nah. This is it. Yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot say how grateful I am, how much I love what we do, how much it means to me when we see people in person, chat on Instagram, on like the YouTube comments, on the Patreon, anything like that. Just know we read every single comment. If you message one of us, we discuss it with the other two, like when it comes to the podcast. Because we are that unit that is like, if you praise one of us, you're praising us all. If you hate one of us, we're coming for you. It just means the absolute world. And at a time where I feel like we all collectively needed that little boost and that sort of kick up the arse, this has really done it. And all I can say is, if this is what we've done in 6 months, just wait till you see what we do in a year. So from me, it is a lot of love and gratitude, and the best is yet to come.
Jeez, I've got to follow you too. Ooh, okay.
I will state as well, just to
yeah.
point out, right, that I actually wrote in English. I just wrote so many messages that Ed had to read at a speed that can only be described as whoppingly quick. Because it literally, like, I was standing in a shopping centre, and I don't know how I managed this, but I was trying to phone Tone on loudspeaker while also punching in the keys on my phone. I must have looked like a heroin addict desperately trying to get a hit, because I was screaming at the top of my lungs and smacking my phone like I was trying to kill invisible ants. But yeah, it was English. Honestly, I was just very excited.
I mean, it was Simlish, but...
Did you understand it? Yes. Did we win? Yes.
A lot of ah.
Oh yeah, I probably won't celebrate that much at the birth of my first child. I've got that.
If anyone's ever played Animal Crossing, the message I received from Mush was pretty much
valid. Won't argue.
And that is a joke that only certain people will get.
Sims chat. Honestly, it was such a crazy moment, and again, as the lads have discussed, we unfortunately couldn't be there. All three of us spent literally weeks trying to shift our plans around, and one thing after another. I got a work opportunity I couldn't turn down, so it was just decided that all three of us were busy. It was unfortunate. We really wanted to be there. None of us were expecting to win, but we wanted to just show up. But it's my part-time work, so I work one of my part-time jobs with my wife, and we're busy. So I put my phone on charge like 2 desks away, and not looked at it at all. So it gets to about 6 o'clock at night. We were informed by the incredible Poker Jodes, who picked the award up for us. So thank you, Jodes. She messaged at around 3:45, 4 o'clock, I think, when it was announced. I didn't see my phone until about 6. And when I looked at my phone, it was just blown up. Mainly from loads of other people, but I had about 8 missed calls from Mush. And the last message in the group chat, which was 2 hours after we found out, was, I just want Tone to answer. And I saw it, and I've just froze. I'm in the middle of work. I've got staff all signing in and out around me, and I'm just standing there frozen. And Shay's looking at me, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "We've just won podcast of the year." And she's like, "Shut up!" And I went, "I've got to go make a phone call." And she went, go, I'll cover you. And I've just run. And I'm trying to call. Mush had awful signal. I had awful signal because my part-time's at Ascot. Got no signal there. And I was just trying to call him. Couldn't get through to Ed either. And I was like, "I want to speak to someone about it." And then Mush answered, and it was like, because the signal was that bad. And I was just like in the middle of like behind the race
that's just how I talk.
Just like,
I just talk like... I'm basically a Jim Carrey soundboard when I'm excited.
But no, it still blows my mind. Like, my mind has not comprehended. And to echo the other boys, a massive, massive thank you to you all. Like, this wasn't they just chose. It was people voted us. One of the things, again, we've obviously created this Instagram account that we all run, and the post that they put out where they announced who the podcast ones were, all but one comment on that post is talking about us. And even that, I was going through it and I was like, oh my God, like, this is humbling in the nicest way possible. And the fact that people are congratulating us and wanting us to do well, the fact that we done well, it's still blowing my mind. Like, we started this 6 months ago just to do a podcast. And especially me, who's been in the community space, let's say, a little bit longer than the boys, not in the hobby, but the community. And I was getting to a point where I was a bit down, and there's been many a times where if it wasn't for this podcast, it wasn't for these boys, I probably would have just took a massive step back. And this podcast has really helped me keep going, as have you two. And it's just something to show that what we're doing is worth it. And like Ed said, it's given us a massive kick up the arse, and we've had a little break, which I think we all needed. We've all had some things going on, and honestly, thank you so much, every single one of you. I can feel myself shaking. It's still so mind blowing. Like, every fucking little card of ours vote or any other vote we do means nothing. The votes that mattered, the vote that wasn't us against each other but was us as a unit, you guys pushed forward with, and you helped us win and give us our first big achievement. Our first, because there's going to be more. And yeah, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you all so much, because like they said, in the time we needed this, it came at the perfect time, and it wouldn't have come without you guys. So as much as we're going to keep grinding, keep doing the hard work, and keep bringing the things that you guys love, it's thanks to you guys that we're even here, that we got this award, and that we're even doing this. So massive, massive thank you to everyone. Big love.
And a special shout out to Tone's 75 burner accounts for getting us that.
They'll win him little card of ours. They'll win.
I was waiting. I was waiting for this comment.
Obviously, we've announced it, and what I'm now going to do is I'm going to restart, because hello and welcome to episode 15 of the award-winning PokéPals Pokemon Podcast. I am your host, the Mush, who wins awards, flanked as always by Eddie, the award-winning bear, and Tone. You cannot make me moan because I've won an award zone. We are ever so grateful for the moments that we've shared. Obviously, this is not the actual intro. We've already done a segment, but we just really wanted to get it out of the way. It still doesn't feel real. I'm still waiting for a rather big bailiff to come to my front door and go, "Give me that award or your chin," and I'll go, "Ha, there's nothing under my beard. Here's the award." So the world of Pokemon has obviously kept turning and kept moving and wheeling dealing while we've had a small break while we deal with real life. Things have come out. We've had the release of Phantasmal Flames, which has been out for about 2 weeks at time of recording. We've had the announcement and inevitable release of yet another Japanese set in Mega Dream. We've got 3 separate little card of ours to cover, from Swansea Card Show, Swansea, Wolverhampton Card Show,
Swansea.
Shout out Connor from Wolverhampton Card Show and from our previous podcast episode. We will be taking a tonal shift where Tone will be very, very positive because he is an award-winning podcaster. We will then be starting a brand new segment where myself and Eddie Bear have taken our first big leap into the world of actually playing Pokemon TCG. Now, Ed's really good at it. I'm mediocre at it. It's going to be quite an interesting conversation when we talk about our league challenges and our attendances, as we will obviously, of course, go into everybody's favourite segment, the strongest analytics with Ed, where it's 3.5 minutes of the best ride of your life, and no, it's not wet dream capabilities. We will play Little Card of Ours 3 times over, and then we will do our illustrious Hall of Fame, where I possibly, no, I won't. Will I make it 3 for 3? Is it a Hall of Fame, or is it just what Mush likes that people say that they're going to put in the Hall of Fame? Who knows? Find out later on. So, as I say, we're going to talk about Phantasmal Flames. Once again, everybody's favourite fire-breathing lizard that isn't a dragon has been put on the pack art and given the big SIR. Phantasmal Flames has been out for 2 weeks. Now, gentlemen, hit or miss? It's the simple question I want to ask you. Do you think that this set is top tier, or do you think it belongs in the bin with Prismatic Evolutions? No, we're not doing set down and talk about it, but we are going to discuss it here. For me personally, I feel like I've been done an injustice by this set, and I think that I've been done an injustice by the last 2 sets in English. So since I've decided to actively play Pokemon TCG and build decks with the, I'm going to say, the massive influence from Ed. If it wasn't for Ed, I wouldn't play it. I've actually been buying a lot more English. Now, I usually collect Japanese, but I need cards for decks. And I've pulled absolute... I've had the Mega Charizard EX half art, which I'm going to put here. There you go. That was that card. Yeah, I've pulled that 3 times. That's my only hit. I hate that card. I never want to see that card again. Disgusts me to my very core. However, it's given me one of my favourite cards of the modern era in the... Bing! Mega Sharpedo Special Illustration Rare. Absolutely. And here we go, because we're going to drop one as an award-winning catchphrase from an award-winning podcaster. Phenomenal card. Phenomenon. It is absolutely stunning, and I love it. It's actually a really great set. I think it's had some top-tier artworks. I'm really enjoying the way that Pokemon are approaching the full art style, especially as we go into what will be Mega Dream and whatever the English version is called, Ascended Heroes, because we can't.
Such a shit name.
We can't have nice things here. Do you remember Glory of Team Rocket? No, you remember Destined Rivals. Do you remember Battle Partners? No, you remember Journey Together. To be fair, at least we didn't get Hot Air Arena, because that's shit. You can't score a hat trick in every match, all right? But gentlemen, obviously going from Eddie Bear into Tone, how are we feeling about the set as a whole?
I quite like it, but not so much from the collector perspective. I think this has been a great set from a playability point of view. Obviously, like coming into Mega Evolution, massive shake-up in the TCG, but I think like the item cards, the supporters, and then actually having like some really interesting dynamics with like Pokemon abilities, and almost like it really helps you appreciate other sets in the sense of you see something that works in this one and it's like, to really maximize like the Sharpedo, I need a Toxtricity, but then I also need a Petrant EX back from Shrouded, and then all of a sudden you're like, this one set has actually made you look into more sets because you want to build that deck. What I will say, I love the choices of Pokemon for the illustration rares in this set. I think it was a really, really nice touch that like Dugong had one of the most beautiful art. The Toxtricity, fantastic. Flygon, unbelievable, unsung hero from the set. I just feel like there's a lot of cards that you look at and you're like, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Mega Sharpedo, definitely the best SIR in my opinion. I just feel like this set for me it just missed on that real like wow factor. I feel like it's a very nice set, but I don't feel like it's a great set. Like if I was to score it, I'd probably say like 7.5 out of 10. Like it's cracking, great artworks in terms of like the commons, the uncommons, and like the full art EXs are incredible. like this whole Mega Evolution era has been stunning, even for the half art EXs. Like having that much texture and color on a half art is just ridiculous. But yeah, I just sort of feel like it's missing that. I'm gonna say missing that top end. Obviously, we know that the Charizard's there. Give a fuck. But like, I just feel like it's so close, but it just misses out on that thing that like you either get a Charizard or you get something that's like cool, but it's not like amazing. I feel like that mid ground has just been absolutely missed here.
I feel like I'm in between because I feel like listening to Ed, I'm like, do you know what? I kind of agree with most of what you said, but I feel like on a whole, from what I've seen so far, from what I've pulled so far, it's been a really good set. Looking from the outside, it's got stunning artworks. It features some Pokemon that haven't been featured in a while, and again, it's one of the ones where you see the cards, you're like, do you know what? I wouldn't ever consider that Pokemon to have a decent art rare, but I'm glad it does. I like one that comes to mind is Lopunny. I probably wouldn't have ever cared, but recently, especially after playing ZA, it's like fair play. That's actually a stunning card. You've both mentioned it already. I pulled it. The Sharpedo, stunner, absolute incredible card. Yeah, but I think it's opposite to Mush. I spent all of S&V era, every set burning me, having to rip through 30 to 40 packs to get a couple of hits. Being one of the sets before Christmas, I've not had that much money to get any. But I ripped 10 packs and had 5 hits. And ripped a few Japanese and got the Sharpedo. And I'm like, how am I getting this luck? Honestly. And every card is a stunner. Yes, the Zard is amazing. And to counteract Ed's point, I love it when a set doesn't have big flashy, here's your Gengar, your Zard, all the big ones that are going to give you stonks, because it keeps the stonk dogs away. And the one thing is, I can't remember the last time I went to the corner shop and had packs at the desk. And twice I've gone into the shop and been able to pick up 2 packs. And I'm loving it. Like, having a set that's actually easily available. As much as Mega was a beautiful set, I'm glad I'd done the 2 Mega Japaneses, the Symphonia and Brave, because I could buy them online. I couldn't get any of Mega Evolutions anywhere. I know others could. I'm not waiting in a queue. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I've managed to get some Phantasmal Flames. I've had some people in the hobby, shout out Ross and Rich, who have both tried, and Rich actually getting me packs online. So massive shout out to the people in the hobby that actively look out for each other. That's been nice to see again. But yeah, I think on a whole, the set's been decent. And the cards in it are really nice. And comparatively, we'll speak about Dream Ascended later. Because I have my opinions on that. But I think Phantasmal has been decent. And like I said, again, some of the cards, my first pull was Toxtricity. And what a stunning artwork that is. Oh. And then one that I haven't pulled myself yet, but I've seen all over the socials, and it's making me itch because I want it, is the Flygon. I never would have thought a Flygon card would have made me go, I need it. But I really want that card in my possession. It's such a stunner. Yeah.
I think one of my favourite inclusions in this set is the fact that we got the Meowth and Paldean Wooper that were the Japanese promos that I believe was in like the starter decks or something like that. Like that Meowth is absolutely unbelievable. Like probably one of, if not my favourite art in the set. It's between that and the Dugong, just because the Northern Lights and that stunning Dugong. I love me a derpy looking Pokemon. Like, we've all heard my love for Slowpoke, for Lechonk, Snorlax, like anything that looks a bit odd.
Talking of the Dugong, just to jump in, because I think this was a point you brought up to us in the group chat. So I think it was Ed actually pointed out that it's very similar to the Keldeo. Is it Keldeo card from Crown Zenith?
Yeah.
Is it? I think. They're very similar to the point they could probably be connecting. I've not tried it yet, but if I pull the dugong, I'm gonna.
So I did actually look into it because I was like, I am convinced of this, and
Debunked.
yeah, they're not. It's different artists, but I was like, no, it's heavily inspired.
We can make it
Yeah,
work.
if you believe in the heart of the cards, they are connected. So yeah, stunning though, absolutely stunning.
I would like a hit. That's it. Just one, please. I've put honestly, like Tone likes to moan that he has a bad pull rate, but I haven't pulled fuck all since Journey Together. Now, I was very lucky when I opened Journey Together. I pulled Salamence from just a random pack that I picked up. Stoked, love that card, fantastic. Thank you ever so much. Even my Glory of Team Rocket box, I scraped the least cool SAR in the Giovanni, even though I love it. I absolutely love that card. But, you know, it would have been nice to pull a Crobat, a Nidoking, a Moltres, a Mewtwo. Because completing that for me was basically completed base set, pulled one SAR. It's the cheapest one of all the fucking 5 or 6 that are available. No, please allow me to bankrupt myself. I don't have a wedding to pay for or a house to look after. It's fine. Shut up. I really like the set as a whole. I think a lot of it looks really nice. I actually really like the EX half up that we're getting. I really love, and I think I've got it here. Have I got one here? I think I've got one like nearby.
I've got one if you need.
I was going to show the Sharpedo if you've got one nearby. The Venusaur will do.
Oh, I do have that.
Oh, do you?
1 second.
So the Sharpedo that Ed's about to show on screen after he leans over and goes, God, I wish Mush hadn't said that because now I've got to find it.
No, it's on hand.
In a box nearby, in a deck yet to be built.
Story of my fucking life.
I'm really liking these. I'm liking that the English cards are gaining texture and style in comparison, or are comparative, to the Japanese. That's top tier stuff, and I would like more of that, please and thank you. One card that I want to shout out that neither of you have shouted out, and I don't know why, because I think it's a beautiful one. The Ambipom.
Oh yeah.
I think that is
Yes.
a massively underrated card in this set, and I love it, and people should be nicer to it. I don't like the Wigglytuff.
Absolutely.
No.
I'm just going to throw that out there. Don't like it. The singing choir of Jigglypuffs underneath. It's giving Ethan Hawke in a horror movie. I don't like it. Don't want to be near it. It's creeping me out. I'm scared. It's like, Jeepers, Creepers. Now get the fuck out. I have a shotgun. Go away.
I'm gonna say I kind of like it because it reminds me of K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know why, but I really like it. That's my guilty pleasure. Sorry.
As an avid lover of K-pop Demon Hunters, I cannot get behind this Jigglypuff card or Wigglytuff or whichever it is. I've
think
pulled
it's
it in
alright.
English and Japanese now, and both times I've just gone for.
I pulled
Fucking
it
whack.
on a koi card. Shout out to you guys because you're legends. Whatnot stream. And as soon as it arrived in my house, to my left is my wife's desk. I threw that thing like a fucking ninja star. Here you go. You can have that. I don't want it anywhere near me. It is. If that card was a location, it'd be the Upside Down from Stranger Things. It is fucking horrifying to me. Don't know why. Don't know what it is about it, but it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I would rather be locked in a room with a
to
horny
move on from
Gengar than be anywhere near that fucking card. It is horrifying. It gives come and drink our Kool-Aid far too violently. Fuck off, you weird pink egg-looking freak. Go away.
I don't have a horny Gengar, but
Tell
I
us how
do
you
have
really
a Gengar that will make you horny.
Hi, I'm Ed, and I'd like any excuse to flex my Gengar.
Anyway, another card we haven't mentioned is the Yamper.
Don't like it, don't care about it. I've got a dog. If I want to see that kind of thing, I'll just wait till he goes on my bed.
It is adorable. I feel like dog Pokemon do not get enough love, and I think the Yamper's adorable. So clearly, guys, I like a lot of the cards in this set. These two fucking don't.
Only one I don't like is the Wigglytuff, and I just don't really care for the Yamper. It's still a nice card, I
And the
just
Yamper.
don't care for it. So,
But when it comes to dog Pokemon, they peaked with Growlithe and Arcanine, so.
I don't know, I'm sorry, Houndour and
They started
Houndoom do
strong.
have some things to say about it. Actually, I want to start an argument in the comments before we move on to talking about Legends EA, right? Houndoom from Shrouded Fable, or Houndoom from Destined Rivals. Okay? I want to see how many people vote for either one. So down in the comments on this YouTube video, just write Houndoom Destined Rivals or Houndoom Shrouded Fable, because this seems to be a fight that will become physical and then will eventually turn into naked mud wrestling, followed by lovemaking between myself and Eddie Bear over there. Because you might have claws, big
which
boy,
one's better,
but I
lads?
tell you what, I will get under your skin. Okay? I want to know what everybody thinks. Tone's going to have to turn up in a referee shirt like I'm cashing money in the bank, I'm telling you now. It's going to get
Just see me
physical.
running down in a card show, just
I would love to do
Dive in.
like a... maybe we'll do it for Spin the Wheel, Find the Deal. Like at halfway through somebody's challenge, it's Tone sliding in with a briefcase going, I'm deducting you 2 minutes. Ooh, I'm cashing in 1.5 minutes. Anyway, also, we need to figure out Ed's punishment for that. But alas...
A minute in the bank.
1 minute in... Oh my god, that's great. Whoever wins
That's
gets to hold the
sick.
briefcase
Yeah.
till the next one. We are digressing heavily. We are going to talk about the next big thing in video games from Pokemon, which is Legends ZA. It is ZA, not ZA. Please learn to pronunciate the alphabet. Okay? Lovely. Sweet. How is everybody enjoying it? Because I'm not. It saddens me as possibly, I think out of the three of us, the biggest backer of all Pokemon VGC, and probably played more of them, so more titles or more time, especially considering I put nearly 1,000 hours into Pokemon Scarlet. It saddens me to say that I am not even 60% of the way through Legends EA, and I find myself unwilling and unwanting to pick it up. It's hard, right? Because when this game came out, I thought it was phenomenal. I truly did. I backed it. I tell you one thing I do really enjoy is I do enjoy the battle mechanic. Even though it can get frustrating when you're in those little mega arenas when you're one-on-one with the rogue mega, because you can only go so far and they can hit you with random moves. Like I've just done the Dragonite battle, and it's frustrating that it can hit you with some bloody hyper beam looking shtick. But I find myself getting really sick of every area looks the same. Every wild area is underwhelming. Every option of Pokemon underwhelms me. I don't care that I can catch every starter. I don't care that I can catch every one of these. I don't care that the shiny rate goes up when you get to level 50. Like Scarlet and Violet, I worked hard to complete my Pokedex. I worked all my way up to get all of the Pokemon and get my shiny charm and have fun doing it. Online raids were worthwhile. I've played a little bit of online of Legends EA, and I kind of like the Battle Royale thing, but also at the same time, it's basically fucking Call of Duty, but with Pokemon. I don't want to spawn in and get fucking ragged by someone's sizzle. Alright? It's just boring. And it genuinely, and I know that I've said to these boys outside of the podcast, like, it's shit and I don't want to play it, but deep down, it hurts me to say that it's shit and I don't want to play it, because it started off so promising, and it just became so monotonous and boring. And I'm somebody that can do monotony. I play EA Skate 4 for hours because I just want to pass some time. I've played WWE 2K25 4 times through my rise. It's the same fucking thing. You just come from a slightly different background. It's not exciting. I will play hours of TCG live. That is mostly thanks to Ed, actually. But I will still do it and just play the same deck over and over again. But there is just something about Legends EA that I find infernally frustrating and boring. And I don't know whether it's because of the city aspect or the storyline isn't as engaging. Like, I really like the idea of the storyline, and I couldn't be fucked with it anymore. Like, I don't care. I hope that the hotel closes. I hope that Hooper destroys the city. I hope the DLC is 5 minutes long and everyone wasted 30 quid. Because I don't know. Like, I love the idea of being able to breach the 100 level cap. There are some ideas in it that I love, but the execution for me is just, it's a fucking 4 out of 10 penalty. Do you ever remember that penalty where Arsenal had 2 players and they tried to like pass it and then shoot and it just went kerfuffle? That's that video. That video game is that penalty.
Yes.
For me. Fucking great idea, but the execution is so off. And I don't know why, genuinely. I hope that when you're watching or listening to this, you understand that this is coming from a place of genuine hurt. Because I don't know why I hate it, but the more I play it, the more I want to rip my Switch's fucking battery core out and throw it down the road. I don't know why, it's nowhere near like Legends Arceus gave me so much. Scarlet and Violet gave me enough to be 6'2" again, and this is just I fucking. It's not the Tony Stark Iron Man suit of it was made in a cave with a box of scraps. It's fucking another one, Tony. Another fucking suit. What does this one do? Dry your hair and wash your balls. Fucking great. It's just it for me. It's crap. It's crap, and I don't want it to be crap. I want it to be fucking good. And I don't know if that's because I've been spoiled over the years, and I don't know if that's because I've got really into another aspect of Pokemon with TCG, which I am fucking addicted to. But it hurts me to say, but I think it's shit. I'm going to pass it on because I've rambled, but genuinely I think
Go
it's
on,
shit.
Ed. Take over. Go on.
I think somebody has not had their croissant curry. Like, I think that game is absolutely fantastic. Like, I think because it's a Legends game, you get that comparison between it and Arceus, and I don't think you can compare the two because they are so vastly different. I'd say I've enjoyed them both about the same, which is quite a big statement, but just hear me out. But for vastly different reasons. Legends Arceus was one that you'd sit down and you would plough all the time in to do all the side missions, the main story, just exploring this vast landscape. Like
Catch the unknowns.
Catch the unknowns, if you are Tone Zone. And, you know, just really, like, lose yourself into that, like, world, fully embrace it. I love, like, the RPG aspect, the crafting, all of that was absolutely top tier, and I do still think it is the best modern Pokemon game, like, no question. Legends EA did so much different in the sense of new battle mechanics, I'm going to say the free running element, like it's a stretch, but like having that kind of platforming, that was pretty cool. I think the wild zones, yes, the like landscapes aren't that vastly different, but I think when you think that this game is literally all set within one city, the amount that they've put into it, I think, is incredible. Like having the sewers, having like the labs, all the different rooftops, the different ways of like, oh, there's a Pokemon on this one roof and it only spawns at night. And to get there, you have to do like 20 parkour jumps, go up this ladder, like kick a baby, you know, the works. I think that is like a really, I'm going to say fun dynamic because it keeps it interesting. It's not like, okay, this Pokemon spawns in this part of the map. I will just go there. I'll use auto attack. I will wipe it and then I'll claim the shiny. I like that. I feel like this is probably arguably one of the more beginner friendly games, but I also love it because of that. I feel like, I mean, as I say, I've put like 80 hours into it so far. Have only just finished the main story, but it's because I've been doing all the side missions, clearing all the wild zones, and doing bits of shiny hunting on the way. Wild Zone 3 Stair Hack, you own my heart, because that is so brilliant and so passive. I adore it. Although it did take me so long to get a shiny Litleo, whereas a Skiddo, Pikachu, Flabébé, and Esper, I've got too many of them now. But that Litleo, one.
Shiny Go-Go is a good shiny.
Oh, big time.
Nothing else in there is a good shiny. And I love Talonflame. And I know that you can get a shiny Fletchling in there. And I have a shiny Talonflame. Its shiny is underwhelming. It's like, you know, when you look at two paint colours and it's like this one is mayonnaise. And this one is eggshell. They are the same fucking colour. Exactly the same fucking colour. Or Flabébé that's got a different coloured arse.
Don't get me started about Flabébé.
Oh, yeah.
The shiniest shiny in the game.
But I think the game as a whole, like, I love that they actually put cutscenes into it. Like the opening cutscene where Floette does the... Is it Floette? I forget. Terrible.
Yeah, Floette.
Where Floette does the big attack and then all the Pokemon just like run off scared with their trainers. I thought that was hilarious. The ending cutscene, won't spoil it for anyone, but I was like, wow, they've actually really put something into this. The boss fight at the end as well, I really, really like how they did that. And having like almost Pokemon quick time events. Big fan of that. Give me more of that.
Yeah.
Interactive cutscenes are unreal in games, especially when they have like, I don't know how, but they like upscaled the graphics and quality for that small bit, and I was like, this is stunning. Mush, when you get there, I expect an apology written on our Instagram declaring how wrong you were to slag off the game, because I've absolutely loved it. It's one that you can pick up and mindlessly play because there's like so much to see, so much to do, and also if you just want a shiny hunt,
Shiny
One
hunting on
shiny
its
is-
shit. You could just go shiny hunt on Scarlet.
Okay.
It's better. Shut up. Just
Mush,
because you've got
let-
the shiny
let
charm. Just
Ed-
shut
let
up.
Ed
Just
have
shut
his
up,
turn.
mate. Shut up. You'll get
Let
your minute.
Ed have
Shut
his
up.
turn.
Be quiet. Hush.
Oh, I will.
fast travel, bench hacks, stair
Boring,
hacks,
boring,
teleportation hacks.
boring. Reset
Brilliant.
after boring reset after boring
But-
reset.
But to that same point though,
Didn't realise this was a moan
to
zone.
do
It
it in
is, yeah.
Scarlet to do it in Scarlet and Violet though, it's just like, oh, an outbreak has appeared. You just go in and it's just like
We
auto attack,
even
auto
done
attack,
a
auto
session together on Scarlet and Violet for 2 hours.
It
and
was
didn't
one
get
sandwich which
fucking
lasts 30
shiny.
minutes. Your conception of time is poor.
That was
2
just how
hours.
long it took us to get the fucking
It
thing.
felt
That was
Yeah.
just how long it got us to get Tone to unlock the internet aspect of his Nintendo Switch.
Right, that's a bit weird.
I
My screen's
I
black.
also want to
Where do
say,
I go?
right, I don't give a fuck about Zygarde holding a blimp. He's got 83 forms at this point. That fucker could have his own football team.
On that note, actually, I just want to open it up. What is everybody's favourite Zygarde?
Snake.
Yes.
Dog.
Wrong.
Yeah, but the
Second best.
Zygarde the dog form just looks like Zeus, my dog, but with green instead of like the beigey brown colour that he's got. I'm just like, barking at nothing. That's my dog. Awesome. The snake. I don't care for the
Yeah.
fucking wannabe Megatron looking prick. In fact, I'm going to show up a picture of Zygarde in the robot looking form and a picture of Shockwave from G1 Transformers. Same guy, different skin.
But overall,
Oh,
I've loved it. I am going to continue to play it. I love that they're almost adding in rewards for playing the online aspect of it as well, with like getting the different Mega Stones. I think it's fun. I think it's very harmless, and it's also one that you can sink a lot of time into when you're just like, yeah, I want a shiny hunt and Machop, and I'll just keep fast traveling. I'll go in and out, and that feeling of when you hear that shiny bell sound, oh my lord, and then you find out it's a Fletchling. You've already. I mean, I say that.
Or it's a Swirlix sat on top of one of the market stalls.
My most common caught shiny at the minute is Flababy. I've got like 8 of them, and I'm just like, you little flowery bastard, leave me alone.
Yeah, before I start, if we're talking about common shinies, mine are Zone 3 and Zone 4. You both know Go-Go is just, Skiddo just is always instantly there. I can do the stair trick twice, as in up, down, and Skiddo's like, you want me again? And chasing her shiny Ghastly, which I did finally get, got me 4 or 5 Spinarak.
Great
I was
shiny.
like, I loved it. And then by the 4th, I was like, come on, leave me alone. Give me something else. But I am on Team Ed with this one. I absolutely love the game. It has been a blessing. It's made me fall in love with my Switch again. And just sitting there, putting the hours into this game. I think I've hit about 110 now. And I am going to keep doing it. I've actually not... This is the longest I've not played it since it's released. It's been about, Saturday was the last time I played it, so 5 days. Just because that's how busy I've been. But we stayed in a hotel Friday night at Ascot because we were overnight working, and I brought it to the hotel so I could keep playing it. I am gripped to this game. I have really, really enjoyed it. I think, again, battle mechanics has been a really fun thing, something different. I've really enjoyed all the side missions. I get a lot of people are complaining that they don't care. Oh, you're teaching us this move. But when you look at it from an outside point of view, and we need to remember that this hobby is also aimed at children to keep them invested so the future generations still love Pokemon. I think it's quite interesting, and for me, it gets me nice little rewards like HP ups and other things, and I can just use a Dragonite with extreme speed and be like, yeah, I'm done next. For some of them. Some of them are quite interesting as well, and some of them were actually really challenging. There's some where they're literally, they know that you start getting bored of them, so they're like, I want you to face my Pikachu versus your Pikachu only. Nothing else in your party. Nothing. And I'm like, oh shit. And the Pikachu's holding that bloody, the Pikachu item only. That it's just, my Pikachu was levels higher, and the first couple of times got fucked up. And I was like, nah. That is it. I am training my Pikachu. I am going to the battle zones tonight. My Pika's going to be the best big boy. And it still won with like that much health left that I was like, whew. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed the wild zones as well. I think I like, as much as they can be kind of similar per se, I like the differences. I like that even in wild zones, you have to go to certain parts to get the Pokemon. It took me fucking forever to find the Larvatars in Wild Zone 15 and realise they're just on a fucking rooftop that has its own entrance. And when I finally found it, I was like, yes, here you are. It's just all the different nuances of every single zone. You want to go chase a Litwick? Go underground. Go into the sewers. I love that they've all got their areas, and I just love. I've spoke about this before. I fell out of touch with the Pokemon games in my teen years, and it took me a while to get back into it, in the sense that I didn't until Legends Arceus, and this has been a nice, breathable game. I personally, as much as I loved the game, I think Scarlet and Violet got a bit draggy. I don't think this got draggy. There were parts that I agree with Mush got a little bit same and tedious, but I never felt like it dragged. I didn't feel like, There was one little mission, which I think Mush in our group chat said that it did get a bit draggy, which was the one at the fancy hotel. Because like, you're about to battle, but no, you're not. And then you're about to battle again. No, you're not. Now you're going to have the battle. That's the only part, because it was dangling the big battle on a string. And I was like, just let me fucking beat her. I'm ready to go. Apart from that, I've loved it. There's the museum in it. A tiny little bit about the museum, which, again, tiny little side mission where you see it. Not only is the museum an incredible bit of we love and thank you, Legends Arceus, but it gives you the only chance to get a different version of Spupa so far. So you evolve it into, I think it's the C something Vivillon. I can't think of the exact name, but you get a different version if you keep it. So anyone listening that still has that Spupa, go and evolve it. And now let's get back onto Shinies. It's been so much fun hunting Shinies. I have completed the game. I've done all the side missions, got my Shiny Charm. I've completed the living decks, which I've never been able to do in a game because it's a nightmare trying to catch all the ones from the different versions. So me trying to get all the Scarlet Pokemon in my Violet game, I still haven't done. And I don't know when I'll ever get that done. This game, it's a game that I can collect everything. And I can now chase all but the legendaries in Shiny. And now I'm starting a living Shiny Dex. And that just gets me going every night. I'm like, yeah, give me the Switch. I'm ready. And it's something that, now that it's just that I've completed the main game, I can sit there with my YouTube on or my Netflix and just sit there clicking a button. Babe, I've heard a Shiny Charm, 1 minute. She gets excited. She's like, oh, what you got? What you got? She's even setting me challenges, as you lads know. She was like, I won't be happy till you catch a Shiny Slowpoke. And the moment I caught it, she was like, oh, she got really cheered and excited. And it's just cheered me up so much. I love the game. The one little dig I will throw at you, Mush, mainly because you told me to shut up, is I don't think you liked it because our boy Mush spent ages chasing. We spoke about Wild Zone 4, and it is an evil Wild Zone because there's a couple of really decent shinies in there.
If you bring up the Honedge situation,
and this boy tried to get Honedge for so long that our group chat for about a week was, I just want the Honedge.
What I find really funny is that I went into that Wild Zone, saw Honedge was available in it, and I love Honedge Doublade Aegislash. I love that line. I think it's a very cool take
Love them.
on the
Love them.
like the Japanese folklore that inanimate objects, once they've been along for so long, gain a soul, etc. I really like the idea of it. It's fucking cool.
Absolutely.
And even I can't even be angry because the first shiny the game gave me was Ekans, which obviously then evolves into my favourite Pokemon, Arbok. Thank you very much. But I then spent 3 straight days worth of gaming sessions trying to get it. And what did I get for my troubles? A Kakuna, which spawns on a tree outside the graveyard. Which is great. Again, I love Beedrill. Anything poison type, again, I'm very grateful for. I got a shiny Venipede. I love Venipede, Whirlipede, Scolipede. And Mega Scolipede is the best new Mega. Come at me, bro. I am denching that. But
it is a decent.
I've then also spent multiple days shiny hunting Honedge. I shiny hunted Banette and Shuppet for literally a physical week and didn't get one. Only to find out that if you fast travel to the same location, it doesn't do it or whatever, or somebody said to me, and it's actually you have to go between 2 different locations, which would have been fucking helpful yesterday. Then, when I finally found that out, I was going back and forth between there and 10 for Carvana and Shuppet, because all I want is shiny Pokemon that I like. I like to play with the team that I like, and if I can't play with the team that I like, I'll play with poison types. And Legend ZA went, oh, you want to play with a team of poison types? And you've got Arbok, and you've got Scolipede, and you've got Beedrill. Alright, no worries. Here's Garboda. You'll love that. To which I just thought...
on that quick note...
there isn't a spiky enough dildo for me to sit on that's going to make me enjoy Garboda. Alright? I'm sorry, like, I don't even mind Garboda. I can't stand Trubbish. I don't mind Garboda. And it even has a decent enough shiny. I quite like the baby blue and
I was going to say, I love
the colour in the garbage.
It's
like, it's
shiny.
all right, but just... I want to love it. I do. I want to enjoy it. I think it's, for me, it's the comparative to Charizard cards. Like, I want to love them. And there are a few that have come out that I really like. Like the one I picked up at Swansea, the shiny terrestrialized Charizard. Love that card. Paldean Fates Charizard SIR. Love that one. I even don't mind the Obsidian Flames one.
Stunner.
I quite like that one. I really love the UPC promo Charizard. I don't mind the SIR from Phantasmal Flames, but if I could have the promo over that one, I would. And that perfectly segues me with my new award-winning Segway hat into talking about the new Japanese set, Mega Dream, or in English, which will be Ascended Heroes. What do we think? We think there are too many fucking full arts. There are too many SIRs. Are they good? Absolutely. There are some absolutely stunning cards. Absolutely stunning. The Pikachu, however, why the fuck? What the fuck? Whether the fuck I could care or not that it was in there. Honestly, you couldn't pay me to care about that Pikachu. It's dog shit. The Zoroark. Thank you. Delicious. Love that one.
As much as I shit on anyone that knows me for shitting on Surgeon Sparks Pikachu, it's 10 times better.
Butthole Pikachu over
like
anime happy that they've just got a meal Pikachu. Dog. Zoroark, fantastic. All of the full art megas where it's got the big comic style writing across it, top notch. Horlucha SAR, I will be chasing it. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 100% a great card. Iris, the special art rare trainer, lovely looking card with her Pokemon on it. Druddigon, Haxorus, and Aggron, that's the one. There is some really nice illustration rares for Pokemon that once again do deserve it. One that I am absolutely buzzing about is Dustox. Weirdly, I don't know why. As we all know, I'm a lover of poison types and weird Pokemon. Dustox. Beautifly's got a really nice card. Medicham, another one that I absolutely love, is getting a full art, which it deserves. There are some cards that are coming that I think are top tier, and there are some Pikachu that aren't so great. It just doesn't, like, I can't express how much I don't understand why that Pikachu has been made. Because it doesn't fit into that set whatsoever. So for those that don't know, I'll flash up some cards as we go through. You'll get the UPC promo Charizard in Japanese. Looks incredible. You'll get a Mewtwo SAR. You'll get a Gengar SAR, which both me and Ed don't like. And it is sad.
But I do.
Tone, do you like it or not, realistically?
I do. I really do. And I think this is the thing. I seeing a lot of this, and sorry, I know we normally go Ed than me, but I'm cutting in. There's some of these cards in this set that I'm like are very beautiful. But the ones that everyone's going on about, a lot of people are shafting Dragonite. I'm gonna be honest, it is shite. I think there's been so much better, and I think people are hyping it up. I still think the Mega is a piece of shit. I think the card is cute to the point of sickly, and I'm not a fan. The Gengar, it's not a big, bad, evil-looking Gengar. I think it's a really cool artwork, and I really like it. Other cards that Mush hasn't mentioned that I really like, I'm just looking at this one on the screen right now, mainly because of the Rocket influence, the Doug Trio.
That's
The Doug
100%
Trio is
top
simple
tier.
but
I
stunning.
was getting there.
Yeah,
You've taken my gun and jumped it.
Cut in.
Just to say, right, and Ed made this point to us in the group chat that you could put any Pokemon on that Gengar card on that backdrop and it would fit. And I think he is 100% bang on. I think there would have to be a limit. It would have to be a Psychic, Dark, or Ghost type Pokemon, or maybe a Dragon. I don't think you could put fucking Floette on there and it's going to look fucking out of place.
But you can say that about loads of
It's
cards.
true. It's true, but
I
I
agree
do
with
think
you,
that what Ed says works within reason. I'm still astounded by that Pikachu. Every time I see it on the set list, it just fucking winds me up. What else did you just say was there? We talked about the Gengar.
I said about Dragonite.
Oh, right. The Dragonite. Now, I am no hiding of the secrets that I think that Mega Dragonite is fucking piss awful. I would rather take a steamy piss off of fucking R. Kelly at the side of a stage than fucking have that shit in my team. Yes, that's a hell of a reference. It's a bad design Pokemon, but it's a good design card. I 100% right, Tone, before you go and fucking throw more darts into the Mush dartboard that you have just to the right of your screen, I 100% agree, right, that Pokemon, it's a bad design. And I understand what you mean by that the card is cute to the point of sickly, but considering that Pokemon design is so bad,
himself, though.
that card is decent.
I'm looking at the card now. I think what makes the card decent is the inclusion of Dratini.
100%.
I think the Dragonite itself, I maybe it's just me and the design of Mega Dragonite, but I'm looking at it and how happy he looks, and I'm not happy you look like that. I don't want it to be happy. There's something in my mind. I don't know what it is, and I know that I am the minority here. I know you both disagree. I know the poker universe disagrees, but I'm looking at that card and I'm like, I don't want you looking like
It's not you,
and
it's
I
me,
can't get
but I
behind
don't
you.
want you to be fucking
My
happy.
My Dragonite on ZA, for instance, has what's its held item? The normal thing. I won't give him his Mega Stone. I'm not making you a Mega. I won't do it.
truly wonder what it's like to be broken up with by Tone. Because it's not you, it's me. Oh, I see that you're happy in your photos, and it fucking irks me to my core. Can you go and stub your toe on your bedside table every morning you get up, you fucking undeserving bastard?
It just
Whoever made Mega Dragonite needs to stub their toe every single night because they could have done so much
take
more.
on life. Oh, sure, you look really happy. I don't fucking like that. Look miserable, you bastards.
It makes me think of that Professor Farnsworth meme from Futurama. It's like, what's that happy thing over there? Oh, that's Mega Dragonite. Tell him I hate him.
Good news, everyone!
Absolutely.
You're all going to die.
Oh, God.
Well, anyway, Ed, how do you feel about this set? Have you got any things to say?
It's really weird. I love, like, the artworks in it that I love, I really love. I am just very, very confused as to the time that we've got this. because when I've got it up on PokeBeach now, and looking at it, I'm like, this would have been the perfect one to round out the Scarlet and Violet era instead of Black Bolt and White Flare. And the reason I say that, Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, N Zoroark, Steven's Beldum, Iris's Fighting Spirit, Fezandipity EX. Like, all of these incredible cards that like are brilliant in the TCG. I've said this in our group chat. I feel like this is a set actually made for the TCG players, which, I mean, all Pokemon card sets are in theory, but like, you've got the Badoo art rare with Itchy Pollen, so now I can ruin your day and look super cute whilst doing it. Psyduck, protecting my bench whilst also having arguably the most adorable card in the set. Like, Team Rocket's Mimikyu, stunning card, one of my favourites from this. Any Mimikyu card is incredible. Cynthia Spiritomb, what a worldie.
I was about to say how we haven't mentioned the Spiritomb card
The
yet.
Galarian Obstagoon, I am going to be chasing.
I do want to
that
say
like
it's really funny that I'm doing the Spiritomb Master Collection, have finally finished it. Well, I've bought all of the cards, they haven't arrived physically to me yet. And then literally the day that I finished it, about an hour after I completed that transaction, I got a message from Rich going, don't know if you've seen this, mate. Ah, yes, Rich. How nice of you to drop by and remind me that I'm going to have to spend £30 to £40 on a piece of cardboard to go in a binder. You fucking legend. Because it's not his fault, but it was just funny. It's funny that Ed has properly got it up and is going through it, because these are cards that I'm reminded of. The Grimmsnarl is fantastic.
Unbelievable.
And so is the Mimikyu. I think the Mewtwo is mid at best.
I don't understand how they can't make
Yes.
a good Mewtwo
It's
card.
shit.
Like, the one-
I really
the one
like the one
Distant Rivals
from
is
Glory
okay.
/ Destined, and I do really like this one, but it's just like, it's not Mewtwo.
Mm.
Even the oh god, what's the one that I'm thinking of?
It's not
The
good.
the one where he's above the city. Is it
No, the
151?
151
The-
promo.
151
That's a
Pro
really
one.
nice card. That's how I imagine that evil-looking
Stunner.
fucker lurking over the city,
Pokemon
about
Go
to
one.
use some kind of fucking weird psychic mind storm to fuck some dude up.
I feel like these
Yeah.
cards of Mewtwo lately would make sense as the like illustration rare, but not the special illustration rare. They
Yes.
haven't got that like holy shit.
Unless,
just-
deep down, secretly, and I'm throwing this out there as a theory, I called Mega Phalanx. So if this happens, somebody fucking note down the date and time. Alright? Unless, magically, we are getting the proper reboot of Red, Blue and Yellow. Because Fire Red and Leaf Green was fucking trash. I'm sorry, alright? It was shit. It was a badly made game, and it was boring, and it was nowhere near as fun as the originals. The only thing that they did good was sort out the type matchup so that Psychic and Ghost actually worked against each other in the right ways. If we're getting a Kanto-based game, or a remake, that makes a lot of sense with these cards for Mewtwo and things like that. Or,
I
I can't see it either,
that,
or
because of lead.
they are going to make
Let's
such
Go.
a big deal out of Mewtwo's Mega Z form. Because why?
Yeah.
Why did we have an entirely Team Rocket set in the glory of Team Rocket? We had a 50-50 Team Rocket set in Destined Rivals, and then not one, not two, but 3 sets later, they go, fuck it. You remember that Giovanni geezer with that Mewtwo? That fucker went down real well. Let's make another £300 Mewtwo card that everyone doesn't really care for, but we'll pretend that it's the best card in the set, because then they'll look really cool talking to their Pokemon friends. I'm more hyped for the Dustox than I am for the Mewtwo. And that to me makes me a true Pokemon fan, because I appreciate shit little things that nobody wants to use because it's cool to me, over the fact that there's another Mewtwo card.
But I think I'm looking at the SIRs. Honestly, they're the ones that you're meant to hype over. The Mewtwo, Sorry Boys, in my opinion, the Dragonite, the Pikachu. Looking at some of the others that aren't meant to be as hype, I think they're incredible. We've already mentioned it, the Hawlucha.
Unbelievable.
Amazing. One that I didn't even realise was an SIR, Mega Frostlass EX.
Incredible card.
What a stunning card. Yeah. I don't even mind. I think it's because of the colours. Is the Mega
Oh,
Electros?
that's a sick one.
I think that's a nice card. And again, you already mentioned it, the Zoroark. But they're 4 cards I instantly care more for than the Mewtwo, the Dragonite, or the Pika. And I think it's crazy because you ask 10-year-old Tony if he ever care for any one of them Pokemon over a Mewtwo, I'd laugh in your face. But that Mewtwo card it's not the card that I want to jump.
I cannot understand why that Pikachu is an SAR.
Nah, shit.
Like it's
Same.
and
Same.
again, and I bring it up with the card game and the card collection going alongside the era of video games because that's really how it's always sort of built, right? Why the fuck have we got a Terrastal Pikachu in the Mega Evolution era?
This is what I mean.
And
This-
we've got Mega Raichu
Yes.
X and Mega Raichu Y. X and Y? I am right?
Yeah.
Why do we not have 2 SARs of those 2, or 1 with both of them on, and no more Pikachu? Right, look, Ash is gone, okay?
I tell you
Pikachu
what.
has fucked off on holiday, and we've been replaced by whoever it is that's in Pokemon Horizons. No, I haven't watched it. Oh shit, I'm not a real fan. But seriously, the obsession with this little yellow fucking mouse has got to stop. There's so many other Pokemon. There are
Absolutely.
1,000
Raichu over Pikachu
plus
every day.
Pokemon out there. Okay, I get that he's the mascot, and I get that everybody on the fucking planet knows Pikachu. It reminds me of that Vine video from years ago when that mate is doing all the Pokemon Go things. He's getting them all wrong. So, oh, that's Diglett. No, that's floor shit. That's Ductrio. That's 3 floor shits. Oh, that's Pikachu. Yeah, but everybody knows that one. You know, I understand it, but what I do not understand is when you look at this whole array of set, where does that card fit in? Even if we as a 3
would do
don't
good.
like this card, or don't like that card, or don't care for this art rare, and don't care for this common, and we don't like this one, right? Mewtwo, Zoroark, Hawlucha, Mimikyu, Spiritomb, all of these darker and stronger Pokemon, and then you've just got cutesy yellow mouse on purple backdrop. Why?
And it's only an SAR because it's
Yeah.
Pikachu. I think
It looks like a
that
full
card
REX
would have went down
at
well.
best.
It would have went down well as a special collection box promo or
Yes,
something like that.
100%.
Not an SAR. It should have been a box.
I
promo.
think it would look fucking grand as toilet paper. Domain expansion. No more Pikachus. Alright, just saying.
For when you finished your domain expansion and need to clean up.
I've expanded my domain and now I must wipe away the tears.
I will quickly shout out a few things that I think have been a bit overlooked.
Here
So
comes
Hot
quickfire
Strawberry.
editing, Mush. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make Ed edit this episode now because it depends how much he's about to say. Here we go.
Hops Trevenant,
Poker wrap all
unbelievable.
the cards.
Galarian Obstagoon, unreal, will definitely be chasing. Like I touched on earlier, I feel like this really is a TCG player's set because Dreepy and Dracloak, you'd pair that up with the Dragapult from Prismatic, and you now have one of the most stunning art lines that you could actually play with. I mean, you'd have to remortgage your house to do it, but damn, if someone pulls up with that, I'm scooping immediately because it's over before it's begun. the fact that Van Rotem has got a illustration rare again just lends into this. He's in all of like the Terror Box decks and is an absolute shithouse. The one thing that I really like in this set, is actually the reverse hollows. Now, it's not being confirmed if we'll get this in English yet. I've not seen anything at the time of recording. But in the Japanese set, there are multiple different types of reverse hollow. So you've got the energy one, and this is quite similar to the kind of energy reverse hollows we've seen in Simplified Chinese, where it's just one big icon, which I actually quite like. But then certain ones are also going to have like a different type of Pokeball. So Badoo, for instance, has a friend ball icon as a reverse hollow, which I think is pretty sick. And the one thing that really excites me is Team Rocket's Pokemon have a big R reverse holo, which I think looks absolutely insane. And I mean, you pair this with like some of the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX deck that you can build from Destined Rivals. I think you're going to be in for one hell of a good time.
I think this is one thing we've touched on previously as well, where although Phantasmal and Mega are nice with the plain card, I still really miss the reverse holo patterns from like Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon, where it had like the strips and the elemental logos, like whatever type it was as well. I think it's a really nice change. Although I'm not the biggest fan of simplified Chinese, just purely because for me it's still I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm probably in a year from now probably have an entire binder full of it, and I'll have to eat my words and at least 3 of my cards. But I love what they do with the reverse holos, like with the different, like you get like a small one and then a big one, and then like one that spreads across the card, and the ones that are like all over. Trying to think of the word to describe it.
Cracked hollow, no?
No, they're like reverse holos, but they're like, oh god, come on, work with me here.
Like a kaleidoscope.
Like a kaleidoscope, that's the word I'm looking for. Like those kind of holos and reverses, they're fantastic. I would 100% open my arms as wide as I can and welcome that kind of thing in.
Yeah, I will say I cannot wait to rip this set from the early things that I've seen so far, because, you know, Whatnot has seemed to get it ahead of release somehow. The pull rates seem pretty decent. Obviously, in Japanese, guaranteed like an SAR or multiple like secret rares. God packs are confirmed in this set as well, which is pretty sweet.
Got me tingling. Is that in English as well?
Haven't seen that yet, but I imagine so because we got it in prismatic.
And we got it in black and white as well.
Yeah. And 151 are demigod pack, so I think it's safe to say that like I'd be shocked if we didn't. And the fact that you can get like all of like the mega attack cards, which are like the comic book style ones, I'm really big on.
A full pack of that would
Mate, if that happened, because like I'll admit I prefer the comic book Gengar to the actual one, just because it's a bit more Gengar in my opinion. I just feel like, I mean, I've held my hands up previously. I've done a full 180 on Mega Dragonite. I actually really like the design, having seen it and used it in game. And now that card, I think, is absolutely stunning. And again, it's like, although it's a dragon type Pokemon, it's not like a big ferocious, like it's not Kyurem. It's a big derpy dragon that delivers mail. And I think this is a perfect representation of that. I am excited for this set, but I also am looking at it and I don't quite understand it. Like I say, the release time of it, it's like, oh, this is a love letter to Scarlet and Violet, but we best chuck some Mega Evolution in there as well. And again, if you swap Black Bolt and White Flare with this and put the Megas into that, or like had the Megas as their own little special set, I feel like that would make a lot more sense. But when we're going back to like Shrouded Fable, Journey Together, like Destined Rivals, it feels weird that this tribute special set is in the next generation. It doesn't quite sit right with me, and I worry that when this comes out, it's going to have a bit of an identity crisis.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point there as well about flipping the sets, because obviously in Scarlet and Violet we already had a set that polarized and give love to a generation already. Yeah. So this could have been like, oh, we're going to give love to the Unova region, and that in Gen 5 in Mega. Again, it might be difficult because obviously the game that's currently out is giving love to Kalos. Maybe that's a way they're going, because I do find it quite interesting as well that they've got Canary in this one already, straight chucking her in with no shame.
Oh, you mean Timu Iono
in the set? Iono and Timu Iono are both in the set. I find that quite interesting, but it's a very good point. And the last point I'll quickly want to bring up, and it's my only fear as someone that this is going to be shortly after Christmas and the January blues, and I know I've discussed this with you both already, is I've obviously step back from how much I buy from things happening in my personal life and money reasons. And I did weird number crunching that just pissed me off. As someone that's recently gone over to Japanese to try and save money, it's an English booster box is about what? It was 90 to 100 a year or two ago, but it's about 155 now. Yeah. A Japanese booster box at the cheapest for this, for a pack of 10, for a 10-pack box of 10 cards, was £105 to about 130. That's £1.5 to £1.30 per card, which is crazy. That's common cards, everything in between. And I think that comparison, price-wise, is ridiculous. That Japanese prices rising up. And I do know, again, after discussions with you both, that you can see the Japanese is blowing up at the moment, because there was a point where booster boxes were 40, 50 quid. And then they scooped up to 60, 70, 80, 90 quid. And now they're hitting triple figures on release. The same happened with Inferno X. It's the reason that none of us pulled it at the last card show, because we all refused to spend triple digits on a Japanese box. And now you're seeing it, that each individual common Japanese card is going to be worth £1 plus per card, when an English booster box, it's still less than 50p.
Yeah, I think
I'm nervous how much it's going to be.
I blame
even in
whatnot
English
streamers for a big,
100%.
fucking chunk of this problem.
All of them. And I used to be one. But
yeah, you fucking scalper.
It's a nightmare.
No, it comes from a very big generalisation. It really does come from a big generalisation, and I'm not throwing everybody in, because there are some really wonderful people on that app. Some that we're friends with, and some that we just know from the community. There are some fucking lovely people on that app that do great things. But then there are, grading pile sellers that will sell you like 4 off-centre cards for, twice the price of whatever they are raw, and then probably bitch about it on their story. Yeah.
Or people that pull you the SIR and then go, oh no, you didn't get that, you got this one.
Oh, my favourite one is that this Umbreon is fake. And then I've deleted my account and made a brand new account. Brilliant.
Oh no, it's a puddle.
Oh.
We've seen some hilariously stupid and shitty things on whatnot, but there is this it's FOMO, but it's not. It's like almost like force making you terrified that you're going to miss out. Like, I have Mega Dream. I am selling it at fucking £15 a pack, because I'm the only one in England that's got it, and you're not going to bloody get it. Ha ha ha. And then it's like forcing you to feel fucking terrified. Like, weirdly, and this takes me back to the conversation we had about Phantasmal Flames, I'm not bothered about buying or collecting anything at the moment. I'm actually in a really healthy space where I finished my Spiritomb Master Collection.
Yeah.
I've started a Burnett one, because, again, although I didn't enjoy Legends EA, it's made me re-fall in love with that Pokemon. And I was like, you know what? That's got some fucking cool cards. And I want to collect them all. And it's given me, yet again, purpose. Because when I first came back in, I did Arbok and I started Steelix. And then I saw the prices of some Steelix cards, and that is very much on the shelf until my wife suddenly becomes a millionaire. So it's fine, it can wait. So I've done Spiritomb, and it's nice because then it's like when cards come out in later sets, like I completed Arbok, and then Destined Rivals came out, and I got another Arbok to collect. Just a common, nothing exciting, but it's nice to be able to go, oh, that's a card I'm going to chase. Now I'm opening Phantasmal Flames, hoping to get full art trainers and stadiums and random EXs that I can build new decks with. It's given me a fresh purpose in life. And it's almost like that fresh purpose has become like a barrier. Like I've used fucking Substitute. And I'm just not taking any of these attacks from these streamers that are going, we need you to buy these packs now at overinflated prices, because if you don't, you will miss out. Couldn't give a shit, mate. I'll fucking miss out the next 5 sets because I have purpose. I have something that I'm enjoying. And your fear-mongering bollocks that you're spewing on the internet isn't going to make me stress and panic buy packs because I've got a little bit of FOMO because I've seen Johnny from down the block bought a fucking pack from you, and it's a fucking god pack, and he's hit every SAR from fucking Expedition to now somehow. I'm not falling into this trap anymore, and I think that
No.
especially when we took a break, and I'm sorry to get weirdly like deep and personal, but when we took that break, I spent a lot of my time getting into the TCG, building decks, and actually spending time looking at my collection and going through lots of things and pulling stuff out and going, right, well, if I take this one out, I'm going to need to buy one to replace it, and if I use this full art, I need at least the common to go in the binder to replace it. And it gave me a whole new view, like a brand new, like the rose tinted glasses came off, and I was like, oh fuck, actually this shit's great, and I don't fucking care about any of that other stuff. And weirdly, it's taken away my like, God, I need to like fight to get this. Shout out to Rich, because he got me a booster bundle of Ascended Heroes, and I weirdly might keep it sealed and just stick it on the shelf, because I know, and it's not because I want to be a sealed collector. It's purely because I'm not worried about ripping it. I'm not itching at the fucking skin to rip. Phantasmal had me in a hook for a week, and I did. I fully admit that I've ripped into it, but every pack I've ripped has been organised, has been sorted out, has gone into a deck, has gone into a binder. I've kept all the Cosmo Hollow promos. I'm really enjoying the basic collection of Pokemon, and playing TCG now and having set goals to go, right, I want to do Spiritomb, and I know that there's 2 Spiritombs in this next set. There's a common and there's a full art. I'm going to get those. Right, I want to do Bonnets. I've written a list of every Bonnet I want to get. This is how much it's going to cost me. This is where I can get them from. The only one that's making my shit itch is the EX Legend Maker, because I'm going to flash it up. Look at that. That's a fucking beautiful card. £75 that card. I found it the cheapest I can. Jesus. I just spent nearly £2 on
Nothing
a fucking
like
Mewtwo to finish the set. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
nothing like a Mewtwo.
But-
You'd be fine.
I digress. I'm not scared and worried about all these new sets. I'm not going to jump at the bit. It would be nice to open some packs. If it doesn't happen, that's all right. On Monday nights, I'm going to go down to my local card shop, and I'm going to absolutely slam someone with a Mega Gengar deck, and I'm going to walk out going, yes, I just demoralised that 16-year-old girl with my Gengar deck. I just beat up this 35-year-old fat bloke with my Gengar deck. I just got beaten up by a bloke in his 40s who knows how to use Mega Kangaskhan Run Errand effectively. It's fine, because I've found it's really weird to describe how you can find a brand new facet of the thing that you already love. It's like sometimes my wife will say something and it will make me love her a little bit more, and I couldn't tell you why. She'll take the piss out of somebody as we walk past them, and I'll look at her and I go, that is the mother of my children one day. That is the future Mrs. Mush and the love of my life. I don't know why it happens, it just does. It's the same with Ed. Ed will say that he's depressed, miserable, and hates his fucking life, but will then make a joke that makes me cry for a good 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm like, how could you be sad when you're connected to such a fucking hilarious bastard? But that was my little digression. Sorry, Ed. Just wanted to say how much I enjoy Pokemon. I like Pokemon. Have that one, Ross, you bastard.
No, I just a sort of thing in general. I feel like Phantasmal. I forgot to bring it up earlier, but I actually feel like it's been a real turning point in terms of like stock availability. Like, I know it's still been absolutely crazy, but I was at my local Play Store last night, and they were saying about how like, oh yeah, there's a big restock coming in January. Like, for some of the previous sets, we had like maybe 10 ETBs. And they were like, in Jan, we've got 60 on the way, and stuff like that. And it's like, it's quite a small shop. Like, it's so much fun. I love it there. But like, compared to some of these like massive ones that you see like on Instagram, it's like, if they're getting like 60 odd allocation wise, what does that mean for the rest of it? And it's like, Ascended Heroes, Pokemon Center ETBs, you could get 2 of them. Phantasmal Flames, you could get 2 of them. The booster bundles for Ascended Heroes, you could pre-order 4 of them. That is unheard of. That's like pre-hype like numbers. And I was just like, this is actually quite a big moment that I feel like people haven't been talking about. It's like, I went into Tesco and I bought a Phantasmal triple blister. I went to my Play Store on Wednesday and after I finished getting my arse handed to me that we'll cover shortly, I picked up a triple blister. When I was in Tesco as well, I picked up like the Marnie's battle deck. Like, it feels like we've gone through that period of like it's impossible to get stock, and now we're getting it, and people almost don't know what to do because it's like on shelves. And I also feel like that's why like Whatnotters in particular are really forcing that FOMO on you, because it's like it's a real race to the top, but only so that you can sell something. Because it's like, oh yeah, I've just pulled the Mega Dragonite EX SAR. It's off for grading now. I've paid for the max turnaround time, so I get it back tomorrow. And it doesn't matter what the card's actually worth. I'm going to start it at £1,000 because it's in a 10.
I wonder how many of those are going to end up at like the West Midlands card show, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. How many of them will be at Cheltenham when you go to Cheltenham card show?
Yeah,
it's
going to be insane.
I think you make a great point as well, that there is a shift in product availability, like a genuine change in what's available. Like, I've been into 2 Tesco's and a One Stop. I don't know why I put 3 up so quickly. A One Stop, 2 Tesco's. I've been into an Asda. I went into a fucking petrol station the other day on the way back from a site and found Phantasmal and Mega in a petrol station. I live in a rural part of England that would be lucky if it gets fucking sunshine. Like, the only thing we have available is fucking cowpat and fucking cider from where I live, and I don't drink or eat either. Alright? There's nothing there that I want. And it's really nice, I think, especially for all 3 of us, is to be able to go to these regular places and actually get hold of product. And I think that's where Ed makes a fantastic point, that's why they want you to be terrified that you can't open Mega Brave now, or Mega Dream, or whatever the fuck it's called, because they want you to be scared. Because you could go to your local card shop, go buy 3 packs of Phantasmal, hit a Charizard. I'm sure it's lovely, but you can't open Mega Dream, and if you can't open Mega Dream, you're not getting Dragonite. You can't get that first Ace 10 art label that'll probably be fucking well off centre. That's not a complete dig. You do some great work, but I have seen some of the shit that you've done recently, and fucking hell, man.
60-40 with my eyes closed.
60-40, but only if you're going top, bottom, and left, right. How does that... Wait, so top left and bottom right. Yep, if those 2 match up in 60-40, it's fine. Don't worry about the edges or the cutting of the corners. Everything is fine. Have you seen that we've given you a 10? Come on. But grading is another conversation, and I think that we, as a 3, have given much of our time talking about all of these wonderful things, and we want to keep that positivity brimming as we move away, as we shift ourselves, if you will. Yes, the Segway hat is award-winning. We shift ourselves into a tonal shift where we pump positivity into your Pokemon podcast permanently. Yes, all the P's. I hurt myself a little bit there because I just need my desk. I'm pulsating with pain.
I thought you were going to hit us with the Draco Malfoy at the end there. Just Potter.
Filthy little mad blood.
Prior.
But yeah, we're going to do a tonal shift with Tone.
Alright, so we're at the 5 episode stage. I'm going to be a happy guy. There's going to be no moans this week. And the first thing that I just want to give a massive shout out, some love to, and something that's filled us boys with a lot of positivity is, before our break, all 3 of us came off 2 massive card shows. I will get them, Mush, don't you worry. But I want to talk about the card shows first. I've been someone that's been very vocal about some card shows where we've seen abysmal pricing, abysmal vendors, abysmal buyers, and some very negative things in the community. And there have been incredible card shows, and I know we've done episodes on it, and we spoke about it enough, but I wanted to start by just giving a massive highlight, a massive shout out, and some love to both Swansea Card Show and the card show that put us on a card show platform, which was Wolves Card Show, their 3rd show they've done now. the card show vibe, the card show dynamic. Anyone that has not yet been to one or been to something of the sort, we all, I hope, highly recommend getting to one, getting the buzz and the itch and the vibe of it. It was so much fun. And the things that both Swansea and Wolves card shows done for their community, for the area, what they did was incredible. We start with Swansea. Their whole vibe, their whole goal was to bring that opportunity to more people. Not as many card shops, and access to cards as some other areas, let's say London. Their whole shtick was, we want to bring as much as we can to the community and get people talking, meeting and involved. And that day was incredible, from the inclusivity guys that were there, from the hosts, the vendors. Everyone was in such a good mood. It was held at a football stadium, so the football fan in me was buzzing. It was such a great show, and it really, like, on the day it felt like we was all on fire in the best way. Like, there was fire in our soul. We was all so happy. It was great to be together. We got Connor saying Swansea. It was just such a great day from start to finish. And not 2 weeks later were we back together again at Wolves. And we'd already done Wolves, and Wolves was the one that, without, I'm not going to shit on us because we're podcast of the year, but as our first card show together properly, we did LCS before, but that was just for fun. First one where we was doing actual segments around the card show properly, and a live podcast as well. All three of us at some stage of that day were bricking it. The Wolves we recently done, it was like all of us had our leash ripped off, and we were running around that card show. Most of the vendors there knew us by that point, so we were just bumping into everyone, having such a laugh. Everyone was great vibes. Everyone was so fun. The people that came to the show, people were just stopping us and going, "Oh, you're the PokéPals podcast," and we were like, "Nah, this is weird. We're just three regular guys. We're just here to collect cards like you guys. Like, just talk to us normally." It's still not sunk in. The vibes of card shows, and the ones that we've been to recently, have been phenomenal. And again, thank you both to Red Ranger Cards and to the PokéYal, that what they have done and what they are doing, and it is incredible. So thank you all that have engaged with us and spoken to us and been with us at the card shows, because honestly, it's really kept our soul alive in this community, and I can't recommend them and others enough. Talking of others, we've got another couple coming up soon-ish. February, we've got Lincolnshire Card Show, hosted by Mellyverse, a massive friend of mine in the Pokemon community, an absolute legend. And I went to the Lincolnshire Card Show in July. It was such an amazing show, and I cannot wait for this one. And this is going to be bigger, better. It's at a racecourse this time, and it is looking to be massive and get there. I cannot remember the date. I think it's the 21st of Feb. But it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. And then we've got another card show in March, and of my rant, my mind has gone blank because I'm watching these two idiots.
It's the Newbury card show.
Newbury card show, Tony.
Thank you.
Before you mention Newbury card show, I just want to also say that the almighty Was Turtle will also be at Lincolnshire Card Show.
Yes.
And finally, all three of us will be able to stick him between us like the meat and a man sandwich he deserves to be. He'll be listening to this now, and he'll be really excited that he's got a shout out. Love you, Woz.
Good, because Woz is an absolute legend. I met him at the last Lincolnshire Card Show. He is a top lad. And if you are not watching his incredible pack rips, no one does it like him. He is my early morning ASMR. It turns me on in multiple ways. Go check Was Turtle out now. Absolute king. But yes, we've got a Newbury Card Show on the 14th of March. It's going to be another one filled with incredible affiliates that are going to be there. Some to say one that is very close to our heart. JD Cards, our boy Joe is going to be there. If you remember, London Card Show, we all carried him right at the end. Ed was carrying him, and absolute ledge. And so many more coming to this show. It's going to be an incredible day. And that's just 2 that we're planning. And we're looking to do more. We've got more Wolves on the way. We've got others that we want to come to. We are trying to do a couple of big ones in the forms of, as these boys are getting into it and going to pull me into the hobby soon, properly. EUIC is obviously in London in Feb. We're going to try and get there. We're really hoping we can get there. We're just waiting now, fingers on buzzers, ready for the tickets. And London Card Show is going to have its XL Card Show. I think it's April the 16th and 17th. Or 18th and 19th. Something like that. Middle April. We're going to try and be there as well. But card shows, we've loved them. They've kept our soul alive in this community. We really recommend, if you haven't been to one, try and get to one. And if we are there, come say hello. We'd love to see you.
I would have loved to have gone to the Birmingham regionals, but apparently I blinked and then couldn't get a ticket. I sat on that website for nearly 4. I was on that website longer than I've ever been on the PC website, and couldn't get a ticket.
I tried to sign up as a competitor, and I was like, rip the band-aid off, just go for it. And I registered, I clicked in, and it was like, yep, okay, we've received it, all gone. And I was like, oh.
And it's
okay.
gone. It's gone. Well, of course, Mr. Mush, we can look in your account, we can move it over, and it's gone.
Oh, there's 85 pending payments. If they don't pay in the next 15 minutes, then you have this, and it's gone. Which was a real shame. I did, fortunately, manage to get the wife and I a couple of spectator tickets, but even that, what a nightmare. I'm just glad to be going to Birmingham, but if we
What I find really hurtful is that you're yet to tell your real wife that your Pokemon wife is coming to Birmingham and she gets to stay at home.
If I would have been able to purchase more than 2 tickets, I'd have bought you both.
Look, I think the only way we can solve this is it's me versus M wrestling match. And if we're doing wrestling matches, we are doing Hell in a Cell, and I'm jumping off the cage. Not at her, to get away from her.
Tone special guest referee.
Yeah. Like the Mankind spot, but there's no Undertaker. It's just me going straight for the table by myself.
Em's not actually made a entrance.
At this point, I'm just running out as
no, she hasn't.
So.
Next card show, you have to bring Em, and then we'll just do an entire segment where it's just you two trying to shop as a married couple. What about this one? That's £3,000. Yeah, I like it. Segment ends. Cut to black like The Sopranos.
I didn't realise we had that kind of money, But just on that note as well, if you are a card show and you want an award-winning podcast to attend, cover the event, hype it up, and also do the show justice, please get in touch on our Instagram with any of us directly. We'd love to hear from you, and we can't wait to be at your show.
Absolutely. The next point I want to talk about is we've been speaking about it, and I've had it on my notes. I just want to hype up the new sets. I'm getting there, Mush.
Just
new sets recently. We all know how much I moan and I berate, and I am the tightest man in the Pokemon community. I still have yet to spend triple figures on a single card. I will refuse until I'm desperate. And it comes to packs as well. I don't want to be spending too much on a pack. I don't want to spend double figures for a single pack. And the biggest bugbear of mine in the hobby recently, which is why I moved over to Japanese, is the availability of packs. And the lads have said it, and I just want to say it again. I moved over to Japanese, and I was planning to do all of Mega in Japanese. And I've really been enjoying ripping some English recently because it's been in shops again. Argos is still pissing me off, but this isn't a moan zone, so I'm not going to go there. But walking into Tesco, that a few months ago had sacked off Pokemon and started sucking off Entertainer, having packs back in Tesco again has been incredible. Asda having packs, Aldi having packs, Smiths actually having some spare packs again. Because I can't remember the last time Smiths have had single packs, especially not around the Essex and London area. Absolutely not. You're getting a Charizard box with a figure, or you're not getting anything in Smiths. going into what's it, a B&M and getting loads of availability on packs. It's been so good to just get a loose pack here and there. I haven't got that many massive hits, but again, Phantasmal Flames has treated me really well, and I've managed to actually get some packs. It's been great, actually. I know a lot of the PokéPals that listen to this are going to go, why don't you just go back to buying online? And it's because if I'm buying online, my cheap ass wants to buy a big fat box or an ETB because I want to get my money's worth. I haven't currently got that spare change at the moment, so I want to go into the corner shop and get a cheap £4.29 pack when I can. And the fact that I can has got me tingling in places that I haven't tingled for in a while. It's making me so happy. I get to go and buy packs when I want, how I want to now. And it's very, very happy and soothing and keeping me happy and positive about stock availability. I'm very happy with that so far. Talking of positivity, the positive mental vibes that have been... I'm getting there, Mush. Positive mental vibes in this community have actually been an all-time high recently. There have been so many people doing collabs, support posts, mental health posts. Someone I really want to shout out that does it monthly, if not weekly, is another good friend of ours, Dan. He always puts up something on his story, saying something along the lines of, it's okay not to be okay, speak to your friends. But there's been a lot of mental positivity. Ono Team Rocket and Ed himself, which I actually print screened and I'm planning to post myself, put something on their story today about talk. It's okay not to be okay. We're dealing with things. Everyone is dealing with something. And it's so nice to see the community get around each other more, be there for each other. And again, we're all very open about our mental health here. All three of us have struggled, are struggling right now. All these different struggles that we all have. And we know there's a lot of you that are doing...
I'm struggling to understand why you said print screen and not screenshot. I don't know why I've had to focus in on that, but I know you're shit at technology, Tone, but fucking hell, print screen's not been around for a fucking while.
We know what
my
I'm
man on his fucking Windows Vista fucking 20.
This is a positivity. Do not make me moan.
I don't know why it was killing me.
I took a screenshot.
The
I've
good
print
vibes
screened
from
it
the
for you.
segment are gone.
It shows how old I am, alright? I still call it a print screen. Everyone else knows what I meant. Anyone over 35
He's
anyway.
going to fact
You're 33. Anyone over 35? I'm 33.
I'm going to fact you my response. But no, trying to go back to positive mental energy,
You wait till you get my carrier pigeon message, you bastard.
So help me, when I can light that fire, smoke signals are coming your way.
Once I get this big lighter going, I tell you, you're going to feel my wrath.
Next time I see you, have
Let me
this
get my
cannon
string and cut set up.
There we go.
Next week's Monzo. You know that Mush bloke? Real prick.
Get my mush dartboard out. Bonk. Anyway,
That's your secret
positive
Santa.
mental vibes in this hobby. I hope so. It won't just be darts I'll be shooting on it. So, positive mental energy in this community has been at all-time high. And anyone that has reached out to myself, either of my two co-hosts, anyone in the community recently, giving their love, their help and support, I just, again, want to say thank you. I know people have reached out to me to make sure I'm okay. I know the lads have had a couple of people do the same. Seeing more of that in this community is so charming. It still blows me away, because there's other communities that all of us have been in where no one would ever care or ever think of reaching out or thinking they're all right. It's just like, oh, they're gone. Okay. Even this community, I think I could probably count on one hand how many a year and a half, 2 years ago would have reached out. Now, I haven't got enough hands, because the amount of people that will constantly message me, check up on me. And even this week, I've barely been on Instagram. Today's one day that is very rare for me that I haven't done a post at all, just because of how busy and overwhelmed I've been. And people have been messaging me saying, oh, it's okay. and again, checking up, making sure I'm all right. People that I've not replied to for 5 or 6 days because I'm awful with my DMs when I'm busy, that I'll reply back to and apologise, and they're like, absolutely no problem. You're busy. Life comes first. All these reassurances have really, again, kept my soul and my heart happy in this community. So anyone that has reached out, anyone that is messaging us, checking in on us, giving us the love and support, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for keeping my mentality sane in this hobby and talking of positivity and happiness and reaching out to us and giving us all that love. If you look at Mush's finger, it's pointing to the last note I've got, which is, we bloody won podcast of the year. There's no way I was doing a moan zone this week. We are, thanks to you guys, podcast of the year. It is still, we've already done this whole thank you spiel, and I'm gonna try and stop because I could go on forever and ever and ever. But if Mush just moves his head a bit more, just look there. We've won an award for what we do just to bring you guys some fun, some banter. It's still blowing my mind that
Oh,
Hall of Fame, Mush's desk.
yeah. L's in the chat for Mush's desk and knee.
The
Fuck.
only sturdy thing in that household.
you need to just sit still. No.
You're lucky I like
But
you,
no,
Edward.
thank you all for your votes. Thank you for being there for us. We obviously took our 2-week break, and as much as we apologise for not having the episodes out, not having our Instagram content to where we want it to be, we hope you can still stick with us as we have gone through this break and we're all feeling a little bit better with our mental health now. We're ready to keep pumping this out for you. Hopefully get some more awards, hopefully bring you some more incredible things, and the things that we want to bring to this table are astronomical. And as we're talking about things we want to bring to the table, I'm going to hand it over to the two guys that are going to talk about some more tabletop things coming your way.
Did he just nick my fucking seg?
Welcome to the first ever Tabletop Talks. Now, this is something that I'm going to mostly lead. Do not take that for any sign of expertise. I can assure you I am god awful. So, I have, as we all know, and I have not been able to keep it a secret, I have recently picked up playing the TCG. When I say recently, I mean maybe past 5-6 weeks, something like that. Might be a bit longer. I can't count. And what I have really enjoyed is the element of finding cards that you would never normally chase, but they become an asset to your deck. Going to a card show and seeing a bulk box and being like, oh, now boys, this is a bit of me. Getting far too invested in 10 pence common cards and being like, oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful day. It's really given me a new love for the hobby and like rekindled it, just because it's like I'm actually enjoying the hobby for how it's meant to be enjoyed. Like, obviously collecting is arguably the bigger part of it because everyone wants the cool artworks, there's the nostalgia, but actually going and playing in person, using TCG Live and playing with your friends and strangers online, it's just been so much fun, and it gives you like so much more like purpose in the hobby, because at a time where cards and sets and packs are just so damn expensive, being able to build a deck for like 30 quid and being able to use that for like a full year until it becomes out of rotation is incredible. Getting to like know that you've got a day each week to just like switch off from the world, leave your phone in your bag, just play cards with someone, chat shit while you're doing it, having a bloody lovely time, getting a pack for your trouble. If you do well, getting a prize pack, which, I mean, such a beautiful thing. Play stamped hollows are always Cosmo Hollow, and they do unbelievable bits. But I think the big thing that I've really, really enjoyed is but this is something that I didn't really do as a kid. When I tried to play, I think I'd played with my brother like once, and I was like, no, this is too technical for me. I say that I'd have been 5 years old at the time, so I doubt I was dropping technical. Who knows? These classes aren't just for show, but I feel like it's given me something that I can really, really sink my teeth into. And I have the kind of personality trait that when I want to find out about something, I will sink an unbelievable amount of time and effort into finding out as much as I can about it. I've been watching all of like the Latin America international championships or the regional championships, seeing what decks work, seeing the way that people approach deck building, how they sequence their decks in terms of like what trainers do they play when, what items do they use. Like the fact that I actively went to a card show hunting a common Badoo is mental. The fact that Pheasantipity is one of the most incredible cards and is in absolutely every deck imaginable is wild to me, because it's like nobody gives a shit about Pheasantipity, but then you talk to a TCG player and they're like, Pheasantipity I would die for.
What I want to know is why Okie Dokie is now my favourite Pokemon.
No, literally, like I picked up the special illustration rev off of Ross Mew 22 because I was like, yeah, that's going in my Mega Sharpedo deck, and like the SIR is only what, like 20 quid. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up with that and get absolutely spanked by an Ogerpon deck or a Mega Lucario, because that fairy bastard can hit far too much far too quickly. But that's by the by. I've been having so much fun with it, and like I just wanted to really have this as a quick like little segment where I will talk about the sort of results I've had this past week, if at all. Mush will chime in with his as well, and we will sort of just chat about our favourite decks, the ones that we're using currently, what we want to build in the future, and also what our aspirations are with the TCG, whether we want to keep it as just a casual bit of fun, if we want to play competitively, and if we can see ourselves competing at like a regional or international level in the future. The fact that I've even said that out loud made me almost sick, knowing that I'd get the exclusive playmat, and I would 048, which would be wonderful. Sounds a lot like my first time playing the game, but that's a different story. So this past week, I went down to my local game store, and I thought, I've been playing a lot of Mega Sharpedo. It's a deck I am still in the process of building in real life, but it has been working absolute wonders for me on TCG Live. Another deck that I've found that I enjoy quite a bit is the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then using Meganium from Mega Evolution, because you get that buff of any leaf energy you have is doubled, so you can do an insane amount of damage very quickly. But then also, if you have a Terra type matchup that you're against, say a Cornerstone Ogerpon, which is again one of the unsung heroes of the TCG, nobody gives a shit about that Pokemon. But as soon as that card comes out, chills, goosebumps, and fear. So you get yourself a cheeky little Regigigas that has Jewel Breaker that does to a Terra Pokemon 330 damage for 4 energy. You use a Meganium, 2 energy, days are ruined, tables are flipped, and prize packs are handed out. But for me, I just feel like it's such a fun thing to do. Unless you get the kind of draw and shithousery that I have. Now, I am transparent about all things on this, whether it's my mental health, whether it's Pokemon. And this week, I lost in one turn in one of my games. I had benched a Chikorita and had no draw ability with like Iono or Lily's Determination. So I simply attached an energy and passed to my opponent. They were playing a Mega Lucario deck, which is the most frustrating deck to play against, because it's like, oh, it's my second turn and I'm going to hit you for 270 damage. But I didn't even make turn 2 because they had a Soul Rock in their active spot, and Soul Rock can hit 70 damage, which coincidentally is just how much health my Chikorita has, if they have a Lunatone on the bench. Somehow in their hand, they had 4 different cards that could all search their deck to find it. Lunatone goes on the bench, 1 energy attached. game's over before I have even found an Ogerpon that I then found was in my prize cards. At the start of any game, you allocate 6 prize cards. I have a deck of 3 Teal Mask Ogerpons, all of which were in my fucking prize cards. I couldn't do a thing if I wanted to, because there was no chance I was going to get to any damage to defeat any of the Lucario, Solrock, Lunatone, or Hariyama's in that deck. Mega Lucario has a deck. Boils my piss. But I managed to pull back a few games. I had one very intense one against a Terrabox deck. So this is one that has, it's all basic Pokemon, and you have like Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Pikachu EX, the terraformed one that does like 300 damage in one of its attacks. They've got that all lined up on their second turn, and I'm there with 2 Chikorritas, a Teal Mask Ogerpon, and a Hope and a Prayer. The game goes 35 minutes. I win it at the very end, down to 1 prize card. Don't even know how I did it, but it's just the buzz you get from it, and the more you play it, the more you learn, the more you pick up, the more you're like able to do the next time you go. It's just been so much fun, such a good learning curve. And because I speak so highly about it and am like a dog with a bone about anything I enjoy, Mush, whether he wanted to or not, has actually recently started picking up and playing as well. And with my very gentle encouragement, actually went to his local store to play it in person. So Mush, how did that go?
Yeah, I've always been a bit weird about playing the game. I think, like Ed, I got the no, this is too technical. I am really, I don't know how to describe it. I'm really bad at concentration and reading. I think it's called crippling ADHD. And I really struggle with written word and reading and being able to sort of like absorb everything that goes in when it comes to reading. Like, I could read a book and love a book and fucking 2 days later not be able to tell you fuck all about that book. But I'll have read it and I'll have loved it, and I know I will have because I've read it. I've got really into the TCG app, and that is a massive, massive influence of Ed. And from that, it was kind of like, oh, I should really do this for real. I should really like get into it. I still, 170 odd games on the app later, have not got a positive win rate. I'm close, within like 10 now, and I've had some really good matches, and I feel like I'm really starting to master my corner of it. And luckily, while we were at Wolverhampton Card Show, I managed to pick up the Mega Gengar League Battle deck, which I fucking love. Love it. I think it's a great deck. I think it's got some really great utility. And while playing around with it, I've really started to kind of understand the ins and outs of cards and trainers and the combos that you can play. And I've massively tweaked the base Mega Gengar deck. I've added in the Pheasantipity, which is honestly a chase now at this point. I've added in Okidogi. I've added in Monkey Dory. I am a big fan of poison Pokemon, and ironically, the Loyal Trio have now made their way into my squad. And I've been really nervous about going to do it like in person, because although I've played it loads on the app, I've never played it in person. And you know, there's little moments where the app will tell you that like, oh, you can do this or you can do that, and in person, I can just imagine myself fucking staring at the table and just going, what do I do next? The card's not glowing. So it's very scary. And bless Ed for all of his fucking self-hatred and negation of his own brilliance. He stands there and has pushed me to go the right way. And even Tone, who doesn't fucking play it, gets really excited when we talk about how we've performed in those things. And it's that kind of brotherhood and friendship that makes this podcast award-winning. Just going to throw that out there one more time. And so on Monday night, I made my way to Five Realms Gaming Lounge in Poole, in the arse end of Dorset, if anyone gives a fuck where it is. And I went to my first League event. Now, it was casual League, which was really nice because it meant that I got to play my Mega Gengar deck, which is what I've been pretty much solely playing. I am currently building a Mega Lucario deck, not to hurt Ed, but just because I like it. I do also have a Dragapult deck. That's to hurt Ed, as payback for Wolverhampton Card Show. when we played a match and he basically annihilated me in a coffee shop. And no, that's not the script to a slightly graphic movie. So I went down to my local Play Store, Five Realms, and everyone was really nice. It was actually really nice. I was really nervous when I got there. Glasses on. I never wear my glasses in public. Glasses on, hoodie up, hat on, this much of mush that you can see. And somebody was talking to somebody on a table and they were banging on about Shiny Lechonk on Pokemon Go, and a little bit of me gained enough confidence to go, I really like that Shiny. Don't evolve it into Oinkologne. It should stay as it is. And then we got talking. I just forced myself to go and sit at the table. Ended up playing some practice matches. Played 2 practice matches. Won one, lost one. Not complaining. It felt good to play in person because I got to play, like, my deck in real life is exactly the same as the deck I play on the app. So it's like I almost have trained myself to know what's coming and what to play when it comes. And that was cool. League started. First matchup. I was really lucky. I got put up against a Psychic Mega Gardevoir running Mega Diancie deck. So it was like I had type advantage. But I felt like that match I was playing well. Like I would set up my Okidogi, add in a Binding Mochi, which adds 40 damage if your Pokemon is poisoned. Switch in with Pecharunt EX using Toxic Subjugation. Poison my Okidogi, hit for 300. Oh, it's double damage because it's Psychic. I'm hitting your Mega Gardevoir for 600. Thank you very much. Those games pretty much ran exactly the same back to back. I do also run Arbok from Temporal Forces, because of course I do. Ed has fallen victim to Panic Poison. It is the ultimate piece of shithousery ever. It's an attack for 1 energy. You can burn, poison, and confuse your opponent's card, which essentially will always do... what's the word I'm looking for? Damage every round. I can't think of the way to describe it. But it also means that if say I was to poison Ed's card, if he wants to attack me, he's got to flip for it. If he gets heads, he attacks me. If he gets tails, he hits himself. And I'm sure whether you've played TCG, whether you've played VGC, or whether you're just really shit at hitting a punching bag in your garage, you know that confusion means you punch yourself. So my first game, I actually won 2 out of 3 rounds. I went straight in, 1-2, was feeling very confident. Second game, played a Mega Kangaskhan deck running Bouffalants and Mega Lopunnies. First match was close, but the Bouffalants and the Lopunny draw just fucks you, because if you switch in with Lopunny, it hits you for extra damage using Gale Thrust, which is actually a really great card if you're running a Lucario deck, especially if you're running air balloons and switches. Ed has fallen victim to this, and that is why he looks slightly stressed currently.
Come in for me.
The bunny's back. The second match was really tight. We went down to a prize card each, and it was purely just I managed to luck out that I'd left enough poison on him that poison was ticking him over, that it took him just under the shell, the threshold, that I could swap in my Arbok and just use a basic attack to take him out. It was a really close game, and it was one of those games where I felt like I was almost thinking 2 steps ahead. And then third game, again, it was a good match, but I couldn't keep up with the abilities of Bouffalon knocking down 60 damage to normal types, and he was just hitting me harder and harder, and my draws were getting worse and worse. And although I started well, I swap in my Sharpedo because I'm ready to attack Monkey Dory, swap in Lopunny, hit for like 250, add 30, I've got a round, and then it's bye Big Shark. And then I played my third match. So at this point, I've won 1, I've lost 1. I'm not feeling too disconfident because it's my first time ever playing in person. I come up against a Dragapult deck, which I have played loads of times on the app, countered it perfectly. I lost in 2 rounds in the first round, and then I lost in 2 rounds in the second round. I went 0-2 very quickly. I literally, I took 4 mulligans. If you play the TCG, it means that when you draw your first 7 cards, you don't have a basic Pokemon. I took 4 in 1 game. When I finally got to a hand, my 6 prize cards were Mega Gengar, Mega Sharpedo, Pheasantipity, an Energy, and my only Stadium card. When I tell you that is like being fingered by King Kong dry, that would be an understatement. It was fucking horrific. And fair play to my opponent, because on the first round he could have taken me, and I used 2 Lily's Determinations, and still I just kept drawing evolutions that I couldn't evolve, and I kept drawing energies I couldn't use, because Ghastly, unfortunately, Petty Grudge only does 10 damage, which is a wet paper bag in the fucking wind of a move. And then second match was exactly the same, just the poorest of draws. But I got a prize pack. I got a pack of Phantasmal for my performance. I came 11th out of 17, which for me, I was prepared to come 17th out of 17th, going 0-3, feeling like the proverbial wet paper bag in the wind. It was a really nice experience because I came out of that, even though I lost more than I won, I came out feeling confident that I have the ability to win, which has actually led me to sign up for a League Challenge Cup this Saturday at Level Up, which is another local play store. I'm terrified. I'm going to get fucking spanked, but me and Gengar, we're taking the world by storm. It's not a very strong storm. It only lasts about 5 minutes and it only comes with 3 inches of rain, but we're taking it. We're taking it. But it is, as Ed said, it's infected my every being when it comes to Pokemon at the moment. And I will one day beat Ed. Again, I've beaten him once on TCG Live, but the next time I beat him will be in person, and he will watch me attach energy cards and destroy whatever he has to offer. And then, and only then, will he have to say, GG's.
Mush, how do you get Exodia out in Pokemon?
You get all 5 pieces of the Ultra Ball.
No,
I'm going to quickly chime in with it's been so heartwarming. The group chat now is 70 to 80% just TCG talk, where I just don't even get involved anymore. But I just sit and watch these two bromance over the TCG, but it's so fun to watch. And I will get involved soon. It's just finding the time to learn. For anyone that's wondering, oh, Tone's gone silent, it's I'm nervous. I'll be honest. As these boys have said, I am useless at many things. One thing that a lot of my friends at home know I'm useless at, I am shite at deck building games. One of my favourite ever games is Witcher 3. I won't touch Gwent to save my life because I'll get through the tutorial game, and the easy games I fuck up and lose. I need to do an ed and sit down and actually learn, do it properly. I need to download the app. And again, I mentioned it already, life has been very busy at the moment. I do need to find time to sit down, but once I do, I'll hopefully join these boys in this world soon. But I just want to say, and I'll let you guys talk, it's very exciting seeing you guys' passion, and just, again, it's speaking positively and mental vibes. The buzz that you both have given off since doing this has been so good to see. And Ed, even like at Swansea, I was running around and filming you dive headfirst into a bulk box, and it's very heartwarming. It's very nice.
Honestly, it's been such a big thing because it's like I saw this as well as a moment of overcoming like my anxiety. I really struggle with it, despite like the sort of persona I give off on the podcast. It's not how I am in person. Like the amount of times we've been ready to like go to a card show and I've messaged the boys like I can't do it. I was like, no, I'm gonna commit to it, try it once. If I hate it, I never have to go and play it in person again, but at least I don't have that like what if. And honestly, it has been the best decision I've ever made because it's like I have a weekly thing now that I look forward to. It breaks up my week. It gives me that separation from the real world. I play a game that I really enjoy. Outside of it, I can then start to learn about the topic, see what's working, what isn't, what like decks work, what's a good matchup for this, how people play things. It's just a new level of like research, passion, joy, obsession. It's everything. It's like it's just so much fun. And as I say, this is coming from someone that's not even that good at it. Like my first time playing in person, I was playing a variant of a Mega Lucario deck, but I did build it solely from cards I got from a booster box. So I was like missing so much like crucial stuff, but I still had a great time despite losing absolutely every game. Of the 8 rounds that I played, I lost all 8 of them. But as I left, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to come back next week and do that again. I did actually try to get a competitor slot at Birmingham Regionals. They went up last night, and unfortunately, I just missed out. I was frantically refreshing the page on RK9 to try and get like a spot. Didn't manage it. Thankfully, managed to get spectator tickets, and I am going to keep monitoring it because I just thought, yeah, I've not done like proper competitive league yet, but what an aim it would be to have that in January to be like, yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to play, and if I can even win one game, I'd have been over the moon. So I am going to still aim to do that. Like Mush has got his league challenge, I am looking to do one either this weekend or next. Really want to do it, but I want to get the deck that I'm currently using on TCG Live in person first, because the one thing that I found that since the Mega Evolution era has begun, my Dragapult deck has gone to shit a bit. So you're there still trying to spin these wheels, and then Lopunny's just jumping off the bench, kicking you in the noggin, and it's a good game. Thanks for coming.
Using my nutbag as a speedball. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of it. It's one of those ones where, how can I word it? It doesn't matter if you're 10, 12, 13, 17, 21, 33, 45. Like, I played I think she was about 16, 17 in my first game. The next dude I played is literally about a year older than me. The dude I played at the end was in his 40s. Like, and there was a very eclectic mix of ages. Like, there was an 8-year-old who was beating somebody twice his age in the practice round. Like, there was somebody that was my age that was trying to teach somebody who was in their mid-20s about how he's just beaten him, saying, like, if you'd have done this instead of that, you would have completely walled me, but you missed that. It's like Pokemon TCG is like they're playing chess and you're playing checkers. It's that perfect analogy that if you can't see how they're setting up, because you can't see their hand, but you can see their board. If you're not clocking what you're doing, what you need to do, what the board's doing, what they're doing, and keeping your eye on every corner of the football field, that's where you'll falter. But it's also like addictive. Like, I am currently, right now, as we speak, on an 8-game win streak on TCG Live. I haven't opened that app since 2 p.m. today because I'm fucking terrified to lose it because it's the most games I've ever won. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I feel so strongly about it. So strongly about it that I cannot and will not stop anytime soon. And I'm just to say, because I'll have been to the league challenge by the time this episode comes out, I'm terrified. I was terrified. I did terribly, but I still had a bloody good time.
And that's what it's all about. And like, there was a kid at the place I play a few weeks ago, and he was 7 or 8 years old, and he'd been and played at Worlds. Like, he actually had enough points and went to Worlds and everything. And I'm just like, that's insane. Like, the opportunities that can open up for you by playing Pokemon. Like, another guy that I play with, he went and played in Gdansk in Poland recently at the regionals over there, and it's like, what better holiday can you get than going and play Pokemon and then go and see the country that you're playing it in? Like, that's just, what a good time out that is going to be. Yeah, I want to get good enough to a point that I can play in like leagues, regionals, maybe even international if things go my way. All I know is I am loving it at the moment. I am so happy that I've managed to get Mush into it, working on tone. Honestly, if you are on the fence with it, buy yourself a cheap deck, buy one of the pre-built ones, play TCG Live, go down, have a go in person, meet new people, really see what this hobby is actually about. Because when you're there and you're chatting with people, it's all about what decks work, what's good, what trainer cards are so handy to use. Nobody is talking about values of cards. There's none of this like, oh, I've got the Mega Charizard X EXSIR. It's like, yeah, but his abilities are the same as the half art. and Mush has pulled that 3 times. So it's like you've got yourself a deck right there, like pretty much. It's so refreshing to be talking about abilities and stats over prices. But speaking of prices, I think it is just about time we put down the cards and lift up some weights as we discuss this week's strongest analytics.
And now you've stolen my.
Thank you, me, for introducing me. So it's funny that we have been talking about FOMO a lot in this episode because I wanted to bring you a little strongest analytics special called Going with FOMotions. So as it's been a little while, I thought I'd bring out a bumper issue. You may not have missed me, but boy have I missed you. I'm the artist, formerly known as the Pokey Strongman, that was one cease and desist away from being a non-holo rare myself. Tonight, I thought I'd mix it up for our analytics and bring you a little special I like to call Going with FOMotions. 5 cards that entered the market so hot, even Charizard said, nah, that's a bit much, and then faceplanted straight through the spreadsheet like I do each time I play against a Mega Lucario deck. Bring your nostalgia, your receipts, and maybe a helmet. The declines are steep and the emotions are even steeper. In number 5, we have Burgachu, Big Makachu, or what I now like to refer to as the Investor Panic Attackachu. This Japanese McDonald's promo is the definition of hype. While I absolutely adore the promo and own 4 of them that I picked up at £4 each, this card has deflated quicker than a Drifloon being hit by Megahorn, entering the market at around £80 raw before crashing down to £50 for a PSA 10 copy. Investor bros, sneakerheads, and Labubu lovers everywhere are now literally giving this card away and using it as a tax write-off while claiming, I'm doing it for the community. In the 4th spot, we have the Mega Gardevoir MUR, the golden prom queen of the set, strutted into the market at an absolutely delusional £800, acting like she'd already won the crown and 3 sponsorship deals. Fast forward a few months and she's now slumped at around £250, mascara running, shoes in hands, wondering who let the pull rates in. That's a 68.75% drop for my set code sticklers and mathematical maestros, the kind of decline that even makes a calculator wince. In the 3rd spot, we have the Victini BWR, a card that's value has literally been cut to shreds. I'm sure you can connect the dots where I'm going with this. Despite 2 copies of this card being printed for a black and white master set, for some reason the Black Bolt version warranted a higher price. I've crunched the numbers, triple checked the maths, and it still makes absolutely no fucking sense. This card can now be yours for around £250, despite being £600 in English upon release, and £800 for the Japanese promo variant. Boys, we're going to need some bigger scissors for this one. In the 2nd spot, we have the Mega Charizard X EX MUR. Now this Mega Charizard is the golden cash cow of the set, because it's Charizard, so of course everyone collectively decided it may as well be cast in 24 carat bullion and guarded by 2 Dragonites at the Bank of England. It entered the market at an unhinged £850, a price so delusional even Charizard looked confused. Fast forward and it's now chilling at £350 2 weeks later, and honestly, call me Martin Lewis, the Pokemon money saving expert, because I've just saved you £500 simply by existing in the timeline where reality has finally caught up. And then in the top spot, we have the Mega Charizard X EX SIR swaggering into the market at £1,000, a grand. That's 4 digits for a card that has literally just rolled off the printer and will continue rolling off that printer for at least 2.5 years, like an infinite money glitch. Let that marinate for a second. £1,000 for something still warm from the factory floor. Really makes you wonder, do people actually like the card, or do they just like the status of liking the card? I'm looking at you, Moonbryon enjoyers, and I'm looking at you, Lovebirds fan club. Now, this card can be yours for around £430. Still absolutely ludicrous, but at least it's a bit more budget-friendly flavour of ludicrous. The kind of ludicrous that you shake your head, laugh, and still maybe buy it because your brain refuses to evolve past the Charizard tax. FOMO is absolutely fantastic for entertainment value. It's basically the Love Island of the TCG world, but it does not make for sustainable valuations. If you take one thing from today's emotional rollercoaster, let it be this. Whenever everyone is shrieking, buy now before it's gone, that's usually when the market leans over, pats you on the shoulders, and whispers, "Is it though, buddy? Is it?" Lesson of the day, just chill. Breathe, touch some grass. You don't need to yeet your savings into a card 5 minutes after it's released. The world won't implode if you wait a week or two. In fact, your wallet will actually send you a thank you card. Your credit limit will finally stop sweating, and your mortgage advisor will stop looking at you like you're trying to finance a house made of booster boxes. Honestly, lads, waiting is the real stonks play. Speaking of fantastic cards to chase, though, let's take a look at our bumper issue of this little card of ours.
Give me that. Right. Now that we have been through multiple segments where people have stolen my Segway hat, I've taken it back. Unbelievable. Cannot handle it. But also, may I just say, it's really nice to be able to sit down back in the studio and talk directly to these two and to you guys behind the screen about the thing that we love the most. I love TCG. I love Pokemon. I love you boys. I love the fact that we won Podcast of the Year. But the pleasantries are out the window, as it is time for Shithouse Season to kick in. Yes, yes, oh yes, it's LCOO, it's Little Card of Ours. Now, we have a lot to cover in this so eloquently put by Ed bumper edition, where we will talk about who won at Swansea, who won at Wolves, and who won in the previous podcast, and we'll be carrying that crown from that episode into this one. So, for ourselves, we went to Swansea, and as Tone said, we were treated like celebrities by some wonderful people, invited by Red Ranger Cards. Massive shout out and thank you for having us there. We had a wonderful time, did lots of things we've never done before, like watching a £1,000 football card box break that was sick. It was actually lovely to see that kind of energy. It took us 3 hours to prize Ed out of a multiple box of commons to go and do some actual content creation, because it was, oh no please, oh no wait, I just need an I oh no. So, for the Swansea card show, we each had £10. Go and find yourself a card. Everybody looked for old back Japanese. Who found it? Only one of us. In third place, it was me and my jungle set Vaporeon Hollow in okay condition.
I feel like we need to speak about why my Swansea vote actually performed a bit better than it should have.
I'll get there. Like many people got there when they saw the photo. In second place, cleaning its way to a second position, a rather soapy and sordid photo of our delicious Eddie Bear cleaning his claws and hooves in the back of his bloody bathtub. It's Ed and his Blaziken card, which burned into your eyes and ears and brain quicker than anything else you've ever seen on the interweb. And we've seen some things on the interweb. No one cared about the card. It was
no
Ed
one
in the shower.
looked at the card.
I'm going to make Ed send me the photo, so I'm going to put the photo up now. This is why he came second. Yes, OF starting next year. Which means, in first place, with 42% of the vote, it is Tone and his Hollow Suicune. What a delicious, delicious card. Lovely. Jealous.
Rare change.
And also, don't forget that in this episode, technically Tone cheated. But then, when it comes to Wolves, I redact that comment because I cheated. In fact, Ed's the only one, although he's a dick about it, is the only one that has any integrity left in this segment.
I didn't cheat.
Actually, no, he doesn't. He cheated with the bathroom photo.
No,
We've all done a little bit of dirtiness. All right, next LCOO at a card show, we have to all play clean. No more prison rules. No more shower shots. I mean, photos.
Asking for a deal is not cheating.
I mean,
Did you ask, or did the Jarl force it upon you? You were one phone screen away from being a whatnot streamer. Come on, mate.
Just
no, we're not doing it. We've done it before. Moving on.
Just to clear this up.
No,
I
moving
went
on.
to his
We've
stall
moved on.
And I said, I said, I need a card for £10. What can you give me? And he went, I will sell this to you for £10. It had 16.
And I go up to a
He
butcher
just-
and I go,
just
how
said,
much meat
"I
for a
need the
tenner?
best
And he
card for
slams something on the
£10."
table,
He went,
and I just have to accept that. Don't know. The meat he
you're a
slams
lucky
on the
boy.
table is not
Yes.
what you're expecting.
I'm sorry.
Would
I'll
you
some
slam
meat
me
on
on the
your
table with your
finish
meat? Nice.
And see it on Patreon.
Yes. That will be coming after this segment. Something will be coming after that. 2 weeks after Swansea, we made our way to the middle of England, accompanied by our very delicious and very handsome friend, Mind Over Mewtwo, aka Lucifer, aka Big Lucy, aka. And we decided to get him in to have a guest spot in our LCOO Little Card of Ours challenge. Now, all four of us, £10, best card wins. And it was probably one of the tightest choices ever. I think everyone went vintage. Everybody got something that they really love and was close to their heart. I picked one of my favourite dragons. Ed picked one of his favourite sets. Tone picked his favourite Pokemon. And Lucas also picked one of his favourite Pokemon as well. Now, in ascending order, from last to first place, I don't have my card in my hand because I couldn't be asked to get it out and bind it. I'm really sorry. It's a Salamence. We'll get there. In fourth place, with 8% of the vote, it was Lucas and his Raichu, which I think is a massive injustice, and all of you should take a look in the mirror at least once at some point.
Yeah,
In
it's a
third
stunning
place,
card. Absolutely.
because, it's not as good as Ed's one, it's Tone and his Blastoise with 22% of the vote.
I got that.
You
Got
did
that
get that
non-hollow
non-hollow
rare
rare
treatment
treatment,
there.
deservedly
Yeah.
so. In second place, with 31% of the vote, it was me and my vintage hollow Salamence. An absolutely stunning card. I don't have it, you'll just have to take my word for it. Which means in first place, to round out his stupendous time at the Wolverhampton Card Show, it was Ed and his Japanese Dark Blastoise Hollow, which he definitely shouldn't have got for a tenner.
Card.
That is a steal.
Absolutely not.
A steal.
That is
But
ridiculous.
GG's, you can't argue with it.
Absolutely
It
not.
is
But
absolutely
fair play.
100% the G'est
Very
of GG's
jealous.
I have ever offered anyone's GG's in the history of GG's. Now, if I say GG's anymore, it's going to hurt.
GG's.
Now, I do have my card from the previous episode. So from our previous podcast episode, where we were in the studio, there was 3 wonderful choices. We had Tone and his Blastoise, Japanese Hollow from base set. We had Edward and his Mew. Where is it?
I can't remember which one it was. Oh, no, wait.
He just
Yeah.
got the card that he knew he had the win with.
No, I have
He was
just
out of one with
remembered
this
what
one.
it
I'll
was.
get that out.
We are podcast
This is
of the
the
year, and
podcast
these are the
one,
kind of
Ed.
technical difficulties.
Get your head
you're
out the
offering us.
shower.
This one. Yay.
Ed and his
Says
Sleepy
the man
Mew,
that did it.
and
There
myself
we go.
and my Hollow Alakazam. This is pretty. Now this, again, the same as the Wolverhampton Card Show, was one of our tightest ever little card of ours. Yeah.
And deservedly
Sabrina's
so.
Alakazam
3
is definitely my
bangers.
favourite Alakazam. Just saying. So,
It's banger.
in third place, with 26% of the vote, was Ed and his Sleeping Mew. Which I think's harsh. It's
against
harsh,
this
but
line,
against
though.
these two, you're not having
It's
none of it.
harsh.
In second place, with 29% of the vote, is Tone and his Blastoise. And in first place, with 44% of the vote, it is me, that Mush, who collects with his Sabrina's Alakazam. I am currently on a big roll when it comes
It
to
is a stunner.
Little Card of Ours and Hall of Fame's victories on the podcast. I don't think I'm ever going to win one when it comes to a live card show special, but we hold out hope. But alas, I may hold my crown for another week, which means that both of my delectable, dirty boys have to come up with 2 brand new cards to come against me up on the battlefield. Now, I'm going to let those 2 duke it out to decide who dares to delvage into their binder and deliver it to me first. Yes, that's right. I am smashing the alliteration this evening. So it is up to you boys to bring a card each to the battlefield at your behest.
I'd like you to go first, Tone. Well, I
I'd like you to
am
go first,
bringing
Ed.
all the way from Challenge from the Dark. No, I'm not.
That's a cheat code.
That and the Bubble Mew are in the archives, ready for when
Who
I've
said?
been losing. Now,
How many weeks have you got to lose before they come out, though? There's like so like Bubble Mew is like maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. Gengar is like 12.
Podcast.
I need to be able to quit my job and earn from the podcast before you're allowed to draw that fucking Gengar. That Gengar is nearly worth a fucking month's
Absolute
salary.
facts.
Fuck off.
So I picked up the win at Wolverhampton Card Show with an old back Japanese card. An old back Japanese card of a dark Pokemon. So I thought, let's see if lightning really can strike twice. It also features in this artwork. All the way from one of the greatest eras and sets in Pokemon, being Neo, by one of the most incredible and famous artists in Tomakazu Kamiya, I am bringing the Dark Slowking. Now this is a card and a Pokemon I have really come to love. The art style, how trippy it is. There's the lightning that I am hoping strikes twice. This card is unbelievable. It should have been a holo, but we get the non-holo rare, and this is one.
So
that I will happily
it got
have
the
in
non-holo rare treatment.
It sure did, but you know what? It doesn't need it because this king is always on top.
That king is slow.
Same. Old back Japanese. Kamiya artwork and Slowking. Stunning scenes. Better than that one. And better than whatever shite Tone's going to bring on screen now.
The gloves are off, the knobs are out.
Well, I'm bringing a Pokemon I don't think
It's Klefki.
think is shot. I hope you don't anyway.
God, what art rare.
That's Ed's favourite, so Ed is voting for it. And if not, his punishment will be getting a tattoo of Klefki. So I was really at odds with what to bring. This always turns into a slam and shithouse match where everyone hates me because...
No, it's a slam and a shithouse match because you were a slamming shithouse
I'm
at
actually
the
nervous
start.
that I won't...
And that's not why I
No,
hate you.
because you were both shithouse anyway.
It's because you're my dad and I'm still waiting on milk.
I am bringing... You're not my dad. I am bringing a card that I picked up at a recent card show, and I just think it's the artwork on it. It's incredibly stunning. It's a Pokemon that we all love, and it's a bit out there. I don't think we've bought a card to this yet from this era, so I am going with English back. Absolute stunner of a card, and I thought we're currently in our mega era. So I have took a punt and a risk, and I am coming
Me too, now that I can see that
with
card.
Mega
Woof.
Steelix.
Yeah.
And I want to bring Mega Steelix EX to the table. An absolute stunner. The card art, whether it's meant to be shiny Steelix or not, it looks like it bloody is. It gives the pop of the card, the shine of it. I walked past it at Wolf's Card Show and I went, there's no way I can leave the table.
I won't lie, I thought you were going to
getting
bring
this in my
Prime
possession,
Steelix,
and-
to which I would have been a lot more worried. Because
I can't use that. I've used it for a card show. That would be...
well,
I
at least that
hate
would make
myself.
3 of us.
That's in the archives. This is... Anyway, cunts. I'm bringing Mega Steelix EX. Absolute stunner. And, yeah, it's... I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do.
You will be able to
Beat
vote
these
for
shit
these
houses on.
cards on the PokéPals_podcast Instagram page as soon as this podcast is available on YouTube. Vote Alakazam.
Put the king on top.
You can talk as
Shut
much
up.
as you like. I'm just
Shut
gonna
up,
I'm
Tone.
just gonna cut it.
Vote
I'm just
my
gonna cut the
silver
segment. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna cut the segment. We're still in it, but it is time for us to open the bifold doors and step into the illustrious Hall of Fame. And finalement, we round out yet another fantastic episode of the award-winning PokéPals Pokemon Podcast with our illustrious Hall of Fame, where we delve into our minds, memories, and anything else in between from the Pokemon world, and we stick it in a tiny box that doesn't exist only on my phone and laptop. We've previously added things in like Team Rocket and, oh my god, I can't remember. Oh, the feeling of beating Whitney. Oh wait, yeah, that's because we've only put in things that I like. How very delicious and delectable. Mush's Hall of Fame is looking great at the moment. Now, in our previous episode, which feels like a millennia ago, we had 3, I think, really great choices. Our dearest Edward Bear entered in the old back Japanese design, which is such a great choice, because I think all 3 of us can agree that it is the bar. You do not beat it. There's old back Japanese, there's Japanese back, then there's everything else that just happens to exist. Tone went with choosing your very first starter at Professor Oak's lab. The immortal moment you slid your red, blue or yellow cartridge into your Game Boy with that tiny little light while you hid under your duvet late at night, trying to decide whether you wanted the fire lizard, the small turtle, or that onion green dude. I can't think of a better way to describe Bulbasaur, and yet he's my favourite of the 3. And then I came in saying Pokemon Scarlet, which really angered Tone because you're not allowed to put new things in the Hall of Fame. Okay, no worries. Shall we get to the results?
Go on then.
In last place, with 22% of the vote, and people, that is a fucking travesty. It's Ed and old back Japanese design. Genuinely, I'm really offended by that. That is an offensive amount of percentage for what is quite possibly the greatest back design of a Pokemon card ever, and will never be topped. Slowly followed by current Japanese back, which is delicious. English back is just boring. In second place, with 33% of the vote, is not me, it's Tone, with choosing your very first starter at Professor Oak's lab, which means in first place with 44% of the vote, it is me and Pokemon Scarlet. We won Podcast of the Year, we lost the Podcast of this year.
Tone's having his Britney moment.
We'll wait. Thank you once again for everybody.
Oh, crack on.
You alright? You good? Yep, no
I'm
worries,
fine.
no worries, no worries.
I'm fine.
Alright, yeah, cool,
I'm
cool.
fine.
Yep, cool. I am Jake Peralta.
It's a fucking shambles.
We've got the whole episode without a shambles. It is a fucking shambles.
It is big.
I love that every time that comes up, all I can think of is that picture of Ed, and I will forever edit it in. It's my favourite thing ever. Now, it's time for us to induct our next thing into the Hall of Fame. Now, Tone wants to go last. Ed wants to go preferably second.
Whenever.
I'll tell you what,
Basically,
I'm
I think Mush just goes, and then we cut the episode because everyone's just going to go. The Mush with the Mons
I
said
feel
this. We must
I feel
vote
like
him.
I've unlocked a cheat code on this particular vote, and I'm going to go first because I want to get really wholesome and kind of deep and real and personal about it. I don't play favourites with friends. I don't have many best friends on this planet. I'm probably lucky to have 5 best friends, considering I only have 10 mates, that's pretty fucking good going, realistically. It's a 50% win rate. And I'm lucky enough that I get to spend every second Thursday of a month sitting in a room and chatting absolute shit about the thing that I love the most, hobby-wise, with 2 of those best mates. We got to win an award for sitting in a room and chatting shit. We are at the possible highest of highs. And I'm going to do something that none of us have done yet in the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to induct one person. And that doesn't mean that this person is more important than anybody else on the planet, but I'm going to induct them because without them, I would have left this hobby, I wouldn't do this fucking podcast, and I wouldn't have a new lease on life. And therefore, my inductee for this month's, this week's, this forever's Hall of Fame is Edward Zabrinski. As a human being. He can shake his head and act like a prick as much as he likes, and it doesn't mean in any way that I haven't wanted to add Tone in, because 2 weeks ago I wanted to add Tone in for his behaviour at Swansea, because he was a fucking legend. I'm adding Ed in because genuinely in the last 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks, ever since he started TCG, he has brought a brand new lease of life. That fucker goes through hell and back recently and still manages to walk around and hold both me and Tone in the air like we weigh fuck all. He may no longer be a poker strongman, but he is the cuddliest Eddie bear I've ever known. And genuinely, without Ed, I would be gone. Plateaued and defeated by genuine everything. And for a man that I have met less than a handful of times in real life, I would happily dive in front of bullets for, die for, go fishing with in a random trip to Cape Canaveral. I don't fucking know. Anything random that you can think of. And genuinely has done more for me in the very short period of time that I've known him in my physical life than people I have known for the entirety of the 32 and a bit years I've been on this fucking planet. And he deserves the fucking world, and if you do not give it to him, I will use your nutbag as a speed bag like a Dragapult deck, alright? And it doesn't mean that I don't love Tone as much as I love Ed, but recently he's been through fucking hell and back, and it's about fucking time that you nipped to your local Lidl, bought a couple of bouquets and banged them together and gave that fucker his flowers. So for me, I am voting in Edward Zabrinski. And he's now going to tell me that I've said his last name wrong, and that's fine.
I'm going to jump in and go second.
I'm going to vote in Edward Zabrinski.
No, we can't all vote the same. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I already know what I was... the lads know I was struggling. Anyone that watches the Patreon, you guys are the ones voting, so you know I was just going to make up on the fly. So in an effort to make sure that the right thing goes in, I am nominating Klefki for the...
when Klefki wins now, it's going to be a fucking travesty.
And I will personally, if anyone, and I can't believe I'm saying this, if anyone votes for me, I will find your address and a bag of shit will come because Edward Zabinski deserves that spot. So I'm going to just put Klefki in there because I know that it's Ed's least favourite.
Should have said Trubbish, really.
I'm putting up Klefki. No, because I like Trubbish. I'm dying on that hill. But I'm putting Klefki because I also hate it. So I'm nominating Klefki. It does not deserve the spot. Please vote Ed. Ed, take it away.
I really want to get Vote Pedro t-shirts made, but it's just Ed.
Vote Edro.
I'm going to try really hard not to cry because I nearly cried during my conversation. So please be nice to yourself. Always, or I'll fucking chin you, you gimp.
So don't vote for that cunt.
Yeah, Klefki is a cunt, you're right. Don't vote for them.
So the thing I was going to bring to the table was going to be buying Pokemon cards in person, whether it's at a show, whether it's at your local store, whether it's with your family and friends, but doing it in person. Just because getting that excitement, getting that chase, that feeling of accomplishment at a time when things are at an all-time difficult in Pokemon, that was going to be my pick, but I had all this spiel planned of shithousery in the way that only I do, but I won't lie. This is massively taken me back.
Yeah, fuck it. Just vote for something shit like Trubbish. Let's get Ed in the Hall of Fame.
I am going to change my vote to the humble HB pencil. Because it was the only thing I had on my desk that I could grab without bursting into tears.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You may either vote for a fucking inanimate pencil, a key that for some reason has sentience, or possibly the greatest man that's ever lived, bar Scott Siner's math ability. There is a 33% chance and a third that you are fucking wrong and it should be Ed in the Hall of Fame. I'm probably not going to put the vote out. I'm just going to decide that Ed goes in. It's been a really fucking
Put it out
turbulent
because they'll vote for you anyway. That's gonna
I
be my
swear
last
to God, if I
gig
see
of
a
the
singular
episode.
vote on Clef Key, I'm going to piss in their shoes.
They're not gonna because it hasn't.
I'm going to put fish in their curtain rail.
I just wanna. I didn't really add enough, but again, it's.
I'm going to put in.
Just to add.
I'm going to put in Edward Zabrinski. Next one, Clef Key in brackets vote Ed. HB Pencil in brackets vote Ed. I'm going to find a way to make this a unanimous fucking decision, honestly. And let's not break the poor man on camera, but for the last few weeks, Ed's been going through some really turmoil shit in personal life, and yet has been to card shows, has uplifted both myself and Tone, and Lucas and our friend Connor, who came with us to Swansea. If you haven't watched that card show special, fuck off, go watch it, come back here and then tell Ed that he's cute. He also writes half the podcast and is the funniest fucking prick on the planet, and yet we'll sit there and go, oh, well, I stubbed my toes and the world's over. No, Ed, you're a fucking brilliant human being and we love you. All right, although your toe is gammy, please get it sorted out.
Oh yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked. Love you, but your toe's gammy. It's
just
genuinely...
to jump on the back of Mush, just to cut in, it's a travesty if you don't vote Ed. He carries a lot of this podcast with his humour, with his presence. He doesn't give himself the love he deserves, and not to get too emotional, but honestly, like, we've all had shit times. He's had it a bit rough recently, but somehow is the first jumping advice for all of us with help. It's even been done on the gaps between some of the segments today. He's already said that he's going to be helping me with a TCG, and he's already like carving out his time for me. He's carved it out for Mush. He's carving it out for Lucas when he needs it, and is offering CV advice, HR advice when the lads are having some problems with their jobs. This man gives and gives and gives, and honestly, if it weren't for him, I think he's had enough of me and Mush both saying, I'm fucking done with the hobby, I'm leaving. And he's like, no, you're not. You two boys are keeping me here, but I'm struggling today, so just bear with me. And he's so humble and he's so lovely. And this man he keeps us boys, us two little idiot children, in check. And vote him or you're getting shit on your doorstep.
To quote Ace Ventura from Ace Ventura 2, it is the mucus that binds us. Ed is 100% the glue, and I can't think of a better way to round out not only a landmark episode of doing 15 studio episodes. I know we've done card show specials, but we won podcast of the fucking year. We are 3 random geezers that met on the internet that are now friends for fucking life. And I can't think of a better way than to end episode 15 by honouring one of the fucking loveliest and greatest men I have ever met on this planet. And then in 2 weeks' time, when I put Tone in, because he is the best-looking bloke I've ever seen in person, and it's a perfect eye level.
Because I'm a cunt.
Yeah, it's true. You are a bit of a piece of shit. Anyway, thanks for episode 15. See you later. No, I'm joking. It truly is. I can't do a lot. I'm not a rich man. I'm not a fucking genius. I'm actually pretty dumb. I'm pretty poor. I'm kind of funny, and I'm moderately good-looking. If there's one thing that I pride myself on being, it's being open, honest, and very fucking upfront about how I feel about people and who they are. And as I've said multiple fucking times, Ed deserves the fucking universe and doesn't fucking get it. So we as a community will go out of our fucking way to give it to him. Absolutely. It is the nicest way I can end this episode, and I'm going to end it before I think all 3 of us have a small sob. We love you. We're ever so fucking grateful. We'll see you in 2 weeks for episode 16. Because we're an award-winning podcast. Love you, bye.
Call me a diced onion because I am cut up right now.